Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think he's...
Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I'll proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Red. You got the belt around you.
We are in the building. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. So talk, and I will talk back. We got a loaded show today. NFL legendary legend, UW Hall of Famer, Lincoln Kennedy joins us top of the hour. And we got Steve Kim, of course, talk all things boxing from this past weekend, plus some Miami Hurricane news with an unfortunate incident from one of their players. We're going to dive into that as well. But this show is powered by BetUS, so make sure you head on over to BetUS today. Use the promo code CoachJB. Shout out to all my Mexican homies for the tortas. It was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, and did I get down. Oh, my goodness, did I get down. You should have seen what I cooked yesterday, boy. I made the best chicken, tacos. God damn, I could make you smack your mom. And the carne asada that I made, ooh, shit. I found a new meat spot. Ooh, to all the homies, Ruben, everybody in there. Man, I found a new meat spot. I got to go, the carne asada. Unbelievable spot out here. And the food was off the chain. So I'll show you that later, but we got to get right into it, man, on a Talk That Talk Tuesday. The NBA desperately needed those games last night as it was unwatchable throughout the first round. The Celtics may have committed basketball suicide last night as they shot a record 63 pointers and missed 45, which is another record. But what do I know? This is the most lazy generation of basketball that I've ever watched in the history of the NBA. And they gave the Knicks. And they gave the Knicks that game up big, did the Celtics. They just shot themselves out of a game. I ain't never seen a team shoot themselves out of the game when you're up 16. How do you shoot yourself out of a game when you're up that big. Makes 0 sense. Absolutely 0 sense. And I like their coach. He's feisty, gets after their ass, don't really give a shit about being soft. I actually like his ass, one of the last hard-nosed guys in the NBA. But it's almost as if he's saying something that's going right through the players' ears and in one ear and out the other. Like, you can't demand shit no more during this player empowerment era is what it looked like last night, because I saw players just shucking them off and doing what they wanted to do. Just jack 3 after 3 after 3. Unbelievable. But I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Fuck the Celtics. The OKC Thunder choked off a big lead as well as the Nuggets showed up early and down the stretch as Joker, the real MVP, dominated and showed us all why he's the best player in the NBA. And it's really not even close. What he does from the center position in today's game is hard to watch for me, but impressive at the same time. As Smitty would say, 2 things can be true. But it is Talk That Talk Tuesday. Steve Kim will join us. Talk all things boxing, Canelo, Inoue, all the things that are about to happen with the Crawford and Canelo fight coming down the pike. We're going to break all that down, plus more, and then NFL legend Lincoln Kennedy joins us to talk that talk as well. But what do I know? What I do know is the Far East Sider 317, Naptown legend. Ooh, LeBron hairline having Lamar Jackson loving and AR5 defending. Caitlin Clark jocking our Fox Sports very own Big Smitty pops in.
Woo, what's going on? I'm over here sweating, y'all.
You know Lamar Jackson?
You said what?
You know Lamar Jackson, or do you know LeBron Jackson?
I don't know LeBron Jackson. I don't know.
There is one. I guarantee there's one out there. You think there's one out there?
LeBron Jackson? Let's Google.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Let's look it up. It's an easy ask. Ooh, I can't breathe. I just ran down the hall.
Why?
There you go. I can't breathe in and out my nose right now because I'm sick. So everything's I'm a mouth breather right now. I'm a mouth breather. But listen, we live here. It's Tuesday. Talk That Talk Tuesday. Young Betty in the background. I'm sweating. I'm hot, but we here. We moving. And it wouldn't be us without high-functioning golf addict Roberto Del Villar, Coach Viney, Sherm, Joe Accord, Robo Mojo, Isaiah Place in Boston Richie. Y'all, what's going on?
You sick, homie?
I'm good. I ain't sick. Don't speak that into existence.
I mean, you don't look right, you don't act right, you don't sound right, you're out of shape.
My voice changed because I'm older.
You're not older at all. You didn't have a birthday, homie.
But I'm at that point though, in which like
you're not at the point. You celebrate like the females. You're at the 6-month birthday. Are you having your 6-month birthday?
You don't remember when you were like 31? That's when your voice started to slowly go into where it's at right now, homie.
No, my voice changed. My voice was like this at 11.
No, it wasn't, homie. If so, it was an issue.
There's no issue. I was a man. That's when men were men, homie.
You sounded soft as fuck at 11.
Men were men already. We already knew what we were, by the way. My son doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know if he has a dick or a pussy at 11.
You sounded how you sound when you talked to Ash and Callie when you was 11.
You know who doesn't know?
Hi. I'm Jason. Can I hang with you guys?
Hey, Baba. Hey, Baba. He over here asleep.
That's so soft.
Hey, you know what is soft and don't know if they have a pussy or a dick? The Met Gallery. The Met Gala. Met Gala.
What's your beef with the Met Gala, homie?
That shit it rhymes with hey, they, may, yay. It's so fucking dumb. Like I don't understand it.
That's like a fashion contest, homie. Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Shout out to one of the greatest rappers of all time, Andre.
No, he's not.
3000. Shout out to one of, like I said, one of, I didn't say the, one of the greatest rappers of all time, Andre 3000. This is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why is that hard?
Because the outfit's actually tough. Like
why is it hard? What does it do? What's not dumb about it? What's not the stupidest fucking thing ever? What's not the dumb? What's not
the Met Gala? He's not wearing this to like the fucking mall, homie. He's not wearing.
Don't matter.
He ain't going to Olive Garden to sit down and eat some breakfast and salad. He's wearing
He's at
the Met Gala. Like the Met Gala is supposed to be extravagant. They have different things.
You think that now?
I don't go to the Met Gala.
The Met Gala ain't never been like this. I mean, the Met Gala wasn't like this.
Finger down. It's always been like this.
No, it hasn't. Met Gala been around since the 40s, homie. This ain't
I don't know what y'all
Met
did in the
Gala
40s.
was.
I wasn't even allowed to go in there if I was alive. So I don't know.
You weren't born. You weren't born. So stop playing. Stop playing victim. You weren't born yet.
You weren't born.
You weren't born.
Why would black people just say the truth is playing victim? Why can't white people just accept the truth? It's not playing victim.
You wasn't allowed to go in there in the 40s, 1948.
You weren't allowed in the 40s, homie.
We had brothers in the war. The brothers were in the war, homie. Stop.
For y'all, yeah. We were.
Don't act like you were just you couldn't go in there.
No one took care of us.
Homie, you weren't even around in 48. But anyway,
48, homie, you ain't that old.
Was your dad around in 48?
Nope.
Damn.
My granddaddy was.
Your dad young as hell. My dad was born in 37.
Yeah, you gotta say like your dad.
My pops was the first brother in the Compton, by the way.
Shout out to your pops. I fuck with your pops.
And they put the cross on the front yard, homie.
It's fucked up.
And then my grandpa came out with the shotgun, homie. Came out with the shotgun, homie. Protected your grandpa, homie. Now you owe me. I
don't know about my grandpa, but I appreciate it though. I appreciate your pop.
He was out here. He was out here before he went back to Naptown, homie.
The bigger problem though is that your pops even had to do that. See, that's
the
bigger problem that we don't think. That's
He stood on business and did it, homie.
Shout out to your pops. He's a one-on-one. He's a one-on-one.
That's when shit happened, homie.
He's a real deal.
That's when shit happened.
Now you got the chat. Look at Captain Lucky.
The Met Gala. What is it?
Don't feel sorry for us. That's not what I'm asking.
What's it called? The Met Gala?
Don't cry.
Is it called the Met Gala?
The Met Gala, homie. I don't know what you call it. The gallery or some shit.
Fucking stupid as shit, homie. This is dumb. That was Pamela Anderson right there.
Where?
Right there. That's her, homie.
Right here?
That's Pamela Anderson, homie.
With the titties?
With the what?
Come on,
Pamela Anderson, right there.
Oh, like Pamela Anderson?
Yeah, like from Baywatch. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't understand.
She didn't grow up, homie.
It ain't about growing up. I don't even recognize her. This is like this is when like Hollywood paid everybody off. And like, this is where all the demonic cats come. This is where all the demons meet.
You think
like, this shit is crazy, bro. You know what that is right there walking upstairs?
Oh.
Fucking Stefan Diggs.
Oh, with the long jacket?
With that fucking, yeah, right there. It ain't no long jacket. I mean, that's a fucking rug.
With that fur like rag, whatever.
He's carrying a rug. He's got a rug around him.
If you look at everybody, Andre is actually dressed the most normal.
But look at Diggs. Diggs is in that fucking same class. I mean, he's a demonic motherfucker now too. Look at what he's doing. He got fucking Cardi B. Him and Cardi B, they're cheating on each other. It's all fucking weirdos. I mean,
I don't know. I ain't gonna call him my demonic if I don't know him personally. So I don't know about all that.
I'm just gonna say the whole Met Gala is demonic.
Stefan is a regular old black dude who ended up going to the NFL. Like he's not even in the caliber of the people he's trying to talk about.
He there, ain't he?
He ain't got that type of money.
Is he there?
He ain't got that type of money, homie.
Is he there?
Got QB money. He ain't got that type of money.
He got Cardi B, homie. His girl, Cardi B, homie.
Hey, fuck. They're not like this. Ain't no
come on, homie. He wouldn't even be there. She's like, hey, so he was like, can I put the earwax? Can I do this thing I heard on the Coach AB show? I rub my earwax. I rub it on your clit, and then if you bounce, whoop, and then we good, and then it didn't work. So she got clean, woo, woo, woo. But then guess what? She said, hey, I'm gonna introduce you to some big time, white folk. And in this thing, so guess what? First, he get indoctrinated today. Last night, homie, he got indoctrinated to the demonic fucking crew of Hollywood.
Oh, so you saying yesterday was an actual day?
Yeah, he was like, hey, why what do I wear to this? She was like, you got to wear a 30-foot, like, what is that? Chinchilla? You got to wear a 30-foot.
Chinchilla?
You got to wear a 30-foot carpet around your motherfucking self. Damn, I got to sell my soul to wear. Yeah, you gotta wear a carpet, motherfucker. And all right, and then he did. Motherfucker, shame, homie.
Jason, when you say sell your soul,
no self-thinkers no more, homie. We all do, boys.
When you say sell your soul, tell me what does that mean to you? I'm just curious.
Doing something that you don't want to do and is wrong, and you know it ain't for you, and it ain't for you. And I'm gonna sell my soul. It's crazy. Cardi B probably only gave him like some pussy, some head, and like 75 racks. And I like it. She didn't give him like 10 mil or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's crazy. That's selling your soul, homie. She gave him a quick 75 BPM, quick 75 rack. He thought it was, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? He go out there, he got the fucking rug on, and he think he like balling. Because, you know, he signed for the low in New England.
Homie, stop saying Stephon Diggs sold his soul. Don't do that.
Let's dive into the quote of the day, Smitty, because we got a load of show today.
You know when we joke on the show, people listen, they take it serious now, and they be like, "Oh, yo, you said I sold my soul."
I love it.
So we gotta be careful now. We gotta.
Paris made the short. Paris cut the video for the. We had the kid's dad on yesterday, but it was like 3 minutes long, and we got to redo it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's too long, and it was all over. But we'll talk to Paris after have a full meeting with Paris. You, me, Bailey.
I don't have time to do that.
Hour-long meeting.
I don't have time to do it. I'm not staying on after the show at all. I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
I'm gonna leave before the show even in.
You got obligations.
I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't have a problem with a 3-minute video. I post long videos sometimes. You and Bailey don't know what y'all fucking doing. I don't think. I need to educate y'all. Sometimes it makes sense to post a longer video. It depends on the clip. It's not, the rule doesn't have to be, it has to be 90 seconds. It's not every fucking time. It depends on the video. I post the 3-minute boys that then went viral, mega viral type shit. So it just depends on the video. It depends on the cut. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see. I'll show it to you. Since yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, I had the homies hit me up and they wanted me to give out a Mexican word of the day. And I wish I had it yesterday, but it was sodas.
Hold on, say it again.
Sodas.
Sodas.
It's a Mexican soda.
Okay, you was rolling your tongue, so okay.
You had to. Homie, it says Cinco de Mayo. It's Mexicans.
Soda. I knew you ate some pussy. Sodas. Okay.
Don't get the relevance.
The way you roll your tongue, I know you use that when you.
I get it, but that's not
A in there.
Sodas. White people say soda. Mexican soda. Is the Mexican word of the day. And shout out to all the homies. Cinco de Mayo. I made a hell of Smitty. You would have loved to be here yesterday with this Mexican food I made. God damn, homie.
I saw a little video online. It looks halfway decent.
Yeah. The Lakers suck and sodas. LeBron James.
I knew it was something. It was too good to be true. I knew it was something coming from that. You're horrible, homie.
I could use that for anything. I might use sodas for everything now for a Mexican word of the day. I could do sodas for everything, homie. Literally.
What you mean?
I could use sodas for everything.
Give me another example.
The kid threw the hat and did some bitch made shit, but so does the dad. Like, I could do that shit for everything. I could do anything I want to do. Let's dive into the quote of the day, brought to you by BetUS TV. Head on over there today. Use our promo code. Smitty, we are not for everyone. And stop trying to be. I'm not for everyone, homie. I'm really not. And I don't want to be. I don't want to try to be. I don't want you to be, Smitty. I don't want you to be for everybody. I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everyone. And I don't fucking want to be for everybody, homie.
Hold
on.
Are you still going? That's a long ass quote.
No, I'm done. I've been done.
Oh, so at what point were you done? You kept going, so I didn't know. I'm like, that's a long ass quote. The motherfucker said, all right, quote of the day. We are not for everyone. And stop trying to be. I'm not for everyone.
That's it. That was it.
I ain't gotta be. I ain't gonna. I was like,
we are not for everyone. We are not for everyone. So stop trying to be. That was it. After that, I just kept talking.
Oh damn! Well, you gotta pause next time so we know.
I don't say pause, homie.
No, not that pause. Like actually, like take a beat and then keep going because we thought the shit was like TC said. That's a run-on quote, homie.
Oh, that was micro. You guys are all micro then. We are not for everyone, so stop trying to be.
Stop.
That's it.
Now you know what I'm saying? So regardless, I'm gonna be real with you. This is probably one of your most laziest quotes. I can tell this is one that you just put together, like pulled out your ass right before the show. You and Bailey was probably like working on the rundown. It was probably 5:58 a.m. Pacific time. He was like, "Oh shit, I ain't got a quote today, Bailey. All right, let's start the show. I'll put something together." And you just heard him typed it because this is like horrible. It's probably your matter of fact, ding, 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 ding. Worst quote of all time. Worst quote of all time. You went for a top 5 yesterday to your worst quote ever something on the show. I'm very disappointed.
So you're for everyone?
That we get a little better.
So you're for everyone?
No, it's not about that.
I know why you don't like it. I don't know. You think you're for everyone. You try to be for everybody. You try to play gray area and fit in for everybody. You want everybody to like you, homie. That's why you don't like that quote. I get it now.
Pac-Man, you a bitch. All right, let's see what Contrary to Belief is.
What?
I
was trying to catch up. Contrary to Belief, brought to you by BetUS TV. Smitty, jealous people don't necessarily want what I got. They just don't want me to have it.
That's a little better. That's a little better because I get it immediately.
You didn't get it. You still don't.
No, I get it immediately. I mean, it's like it's not about them wanting to have what you have. They just don't want you to. They don't want to see you be happy.
They don't want me to have shit. They don't want me to have shit.
Yeah, that's how it be, homie. I'm blowing my nose.
They don't want me to have shit. Jealous people don't necessarily want what I got. They just don't want me to have it. They don't want me to have a yacht. They don't want me to have a, the woo. They don't want me to have shit, homie. They don't really know what I want.
I love that, homie. That's deep. That's deep. I'm not gonna rank it, but it's a real good one.
Now it's deep.
That one is. The quote today still worse ever, but the Contrary to Belief was a little better. Your CTBs are typically better than your quote of the day. So
stop. I love how we have this thing like CT. Now we have like fucking abbreviations and shit. It's crazy. This shit's turned into. I'm gonna get some t-shirts made
because Contrary to Belief is so long.
But I am gonna do a goddamn t-shirt. Got to do it.
No, you come on now. You got too much backlash from that.
I'm not gonna say God,
but you playing around with it though. You always say don't play around with God.
I know, but I'm not playing around with God. Goddamn, like that's just the hood term. When I make some food, I'm gonna have the goddamn Coach JB barbecue. Brothers barbecue.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama, don't it, Willie?
That's why
he put goddamn like GAHHHH. Damn, I feel better about that if you do it that way. Like goddamn. That's kind of how you say it. God damn. Like GAHHHH.
Damn. Yeah.
God damn.
What about GAWT? Like gawk?
Ooh.
But got. Damn. And then DAAAM.
What if you switch the whole thing up and did like GAUTT and did like a DMN for abbreviated like got. Damn.
There's a lot of
damn. GAUTT.
Vince said stop doing the GD stuff. Personally to you.
No, I told you to stop doing it. I told you that. That's literally how we started this whole conversation out.
Anyway, poll question, Smitty. Did the Nuggets make the right decision by firing Mike Malone? Let's dive right into it. If you guys got any, drop some comments in the chat. Poll question: did the Nuggets make the right decision after last night's comeback victory against the number 1 seed OKC in OKC? Smitty, go ahead. You can go first if you wish to.
Don't drop no comments in the chat. Drop some commas, some money in the chat. But yes, the Nuggets did make the right decision by firing Mike Malone. Obviously, with stuff going on in the locker room that we were not privy to. And you're seeing the Nuggets, man, come together like no other, man. Like, these guys have so much fight in them. It doesn't matter if they're down 15, 20, 10, no matter what the situation is. These guys stay together. They fight to the end. And, man, the Nuggets, to me, are the scariest team remaining in these playoffs. I love just seeing, like, anytime it's a timeout break, you'll see the Joker on the sideline, not just sitting there like he used to do. He's on the sideline standing up, pointing things out, coaching, grabbing the board. He's animated. He's yelling. He's like really like he's damn near like the coach now. And there's no disrespect to who their head coach is. I'm sure he's doing a hell of a job being there. And he's a guy who's been there for about 5 years as well. So, again, he's not some random guy to pull off the street. He's been an assistant for like 5 years. So I do know there is a respect level there. But I think Jokić understands the position that the team is in, that this coach is in, because let's be real, that coach was not expected to be the head guy 3 weeks ago. So it was a lot put on his plate as well. So to be able just to help him out, Joker has stepped up to the plate. So you know what? I'm going to assist you as well. So it's almost like a player coach situation with him, and then you see his stat line. He go out there and what do you do? 44 over 20 boards, 6 assists. I saw it was a stat on NBA on TNT. There's only been like 5 players in NBA history to even ever do. I think it was Giannis, Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain twice, and now you got the Joker. Phenomenal performance, man. And then Aaron Gordon, man, this guy's career, you guys gotta remember, he was a guy that was on the Orlando Magic, if I'm not mistaken, when he got drafted, and they kind of had him as like the main guy. And he's those teams were solid, they were cool, but they were never really contenders. You know, as his career went on, he kind of turned into more of this role player. But he's the type of role player that's like he could be an all-star type guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an extremely good role player, a guy who's a veteran, not scared of the moment. He's lost some of his athletic ability from back in the days when he was in the dunk contest, but he's still a freak athlete, strong, can knock down the open three. And this is his second game winner, like the last like 4 games or whatever. And for them to just come off a 7-game series 2 days ago against the Clippers and a comeback win against the number 1 team in the league by record and win like this, hey, man, Nuggets are serious.
Yeah, everything you said is why no. They did not make the right decision. The best player in the world shouldn't be coaching the team. The coach should be. So that's number 1 right away. There's a reason why he's out there animate on the sideline like he's never was with Mike Malone, because he knew Mike Malone was a great coach and had everything under control. Obviously, they don't have everything under control. That's why Joker is now on the sideline coaching the team. Then he's going to play out there as the player coach. Is he a player coach now? Has he signed a contract or something I didn't know about? But anyway, no, I think it's way too early, number 1. Number 2, I think this is just a shock treatment. I think the players are just playing. It's way too early to tell, honestly, to be honest as well. I think this is something like kind of like an adrenaline rush, so to speak, when you get through a game 7 with the Clippers, and then you dominate them in game 7 like they did, which was the coach's first playoff, series ever coaching, by the way. So that's another reason why it's not the right decision. He's a rookie coach in the playoffs, so I don't believe the ownership really even thought they had a shot here. The players are doing something that I love to see, proving everybody and doing something others said they could not do, which is something I love. So I'm all for it. But the question specifically, no, I don't believe they made the right decision. And this will end up biting them in the ass. I don't think they can beat OKC in 7. I wouldn't mind seeing it, though. I'm actually rooting for Joker in this series. I think he's the best player in the NBA. I get what
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I get what he did during the year, but if
he hooped last night too, by the way, too.
Yeah, 32. He had 32.
30 something, 8 and something else. Like, he did his thing too.
Yeah, here's the thing. I look at like the stat lines, comparing those two when it comes to the MVP. And last night, shout out to the coach of the year, Cleveland Cavaliers coach got the coach of the year in the NBA. And they're down 0-1 to your Pacers. When I look at the stat lines, though, like Joker's stat line, complete stat line is still more dominant, much more dominant than Shai and anyone else in this NBA, dog. Like, you should just the assists, the rebounds, the block, everything that his stat line is unbelievable. It's not even comparable. Like, it doesn't even nobody compares to it. Shai's not even close, by the way. Look at it. That's right. It's out there right now. Go look at the stat lines. It's as far as the whole season. I don't know how he's not the MVP. I think Smitty uses what's the word you use?
Which one? In summation?
When someone that you love and don't win the MVP.
Nostalgia?
No.
MVP fatigue.
That motherfucker said nostalgia, homie. I ain't heard that word in a minute.
I'm just naming words that I've used on the show. You're talking about like fatigue, right?
Fatigue.
Yeah.
So
voter fatigue, yeah.
Can they use it for the white dude?
No, I do think it's some voter fatigue. The only thing I'll say though, so Shai, the 2 things he has is he led the league in scoring, and his team was like by far the number 1 team in the West. Like, the Nuggets wasn't even fucking close. And historically, for the most part, it's the best player on the best team is how they've done MVP. Now, there's been times where like when Westbrook, when the first year he won or he averaged a triple-double, it was like, we hadn't seen that since Oscar Robertson, and they was like, this has to be an outlier or whatever. But now, as crazy as it sounds, since he's done that, averaging a triple-double or being close to it has almost been watered down because we've already seen it now. Because the Joker is averaging triple-double this year. Amazing, especially from a big. But again, it's kind of been watered down. I'm with you. I think the Joker should be the MVP. I've been saying it. But like, if Shea wins, I'm not saying like, oh my God, because Shea had an incredible year, like too. Like he really did. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the guy on that team. He's the clear-cut leader, and they've been the clear-cut like best team. Like I don't have the records right in front of me, but like the next closest team, I think like in the West was like
13 or 17 games. I don't know.
Like that's crazy. Like that's dominance in a year. So that's the thing I would kind of give him a little bit of a push. But I'm with you. I think the Joker should win.
I just didn't know it was a team award.
I know. I feel you. But think about it. It kind of always been. Remember those 2 years when Steve Nash won and we always said Kobe got robbed and we still believe that? That was because Steve Nash was the best player on basically the best team in the West that particular year. We know Steve Nash wasn't having a better individual year than Kobe Bean Bryant. Like a blind Stevie Wonder could see that. But that's how it's kind of been. So, you know.
I don't know, man.
I feel you.
The MVP discussion will come when it comes, but I'm not. It's a little premature to say they made the right decision with the coaching change, in my opinion. You agree with it because they're winning right now. I get it. I'm gonna go with the little premature right now. I wouldn't jump to it because we're too quick to anoint things. Yes, Darnell.
What would they need to do for you to be like, all right, like they actually did make the right choice? Like, is it basically win the championship or bust for you?
Nah, I won't judge it this year at all.
Okay, got you.
If he's going to get the job, let's see if he gets the job. I'm sure this is his interview process. If he gets the job and then he starts and then he does something because his team, what we're dismissing is this team is not. It's not like it's a shit ass roster. The motherfuckers are low. They just won the title with the same fucking roster.
Ago,
minus fucking what's his name?
Westbrook.
No,
Caldwell Pope.
Minus Caldwell Pope, and I think it was
light skin buddy. What's light skin buddy now? He was pretty good on that team. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. They got rid of those two cats, but they gained some length. They gained some defenders,
and they brought in a future Hall of Famer in Westbrook, who's been very good for them.
They got energy, so they're still right. Yeah. Like it's not like it's a shit roster this guy inherited, and he's making chicken salad out of chicken shit. Like the motherfucking roster is still pretty goddamn good. So like I'm not going to buy it, but I want to see what he does next year. Is he going to be the guy going forward? Bruce Brown was there.
Bruce Brown, yep. Good shit.
So, like, I don't know. That's just where I'm at. But let's dive into this show, Smitty, because my fucking TV I got fixed. But go ahead.
What's wrong with your TV, homie?
It's too bright right now. I fucked up this thing.
You do look hella bright, hella white. Let's keep this thing rolling. Oh, Lord. Ah!
What happened?
I just saw what's highlighted in the rundown. Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes, I guess allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I'm just not seeing this.
Well, not allegedly. She wrote it. It's a tweet.
All right.
You're saying she got hacked? You're saying she got hacked?
I don't know. Mina Kimes is now calling out NFL front office and executives publicly.
I don't get why you protect her.
After Ravens executive vice president and GM Eric DeCosta puts out a statement on Justin Tucker.
You want to hit?
She said, "Was this tone necessary?" Oh, that's all she said. Okay.
Have you hit?
That's why I gotta be careful because like it has nothing to do with that. I just know that I have two people who on this show who don't like Mina Kimes, and you guys are openly like admitting it, which is fine.
I don't know why you protect her at all costs.
So me knowing that Bailey is the guy who produces the show and does a great job at it, but me knowing he's a producer and he's the one who writes like the wording of the questions, I have to be very careful. And before I just read, because a lot of times I'll just read whatever because I trust the team. But with stuff like this, I got to think about it. Because like if it's a Trump topic.
So you think Bailey's setting you up for fail?
I'm not even going to say on purpose. I'm going to say that just subconsciously he feels a certain way about Mina, or he feels a certain way about Trump or Biden. Or so I'm not saying he's like literally deliberately like, let me fuck up Smitty. Nah, I'm saying that just he's naturally just speaking the way he would speak because he don't like these motherfuckers. So I got to be careful and read it. You know what I'm saying? Mina Kimes is now calling out NFL for the. I would have said that because all that you said was this tone necessary? Like to me, that ain't like a call out, in my opinion. But I get it. Go ahead, Jason.
It was my idea to put it in there.
Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I'm a real man, like our guest we had yesterday. So I'm gonna apologize to Bailey.
For what?
For being wrong.
You're not wrong.
You just said it was you.
I just taught you something.
Explain real quick.
Why'd you apologize? You didn't have to apologize for nothing, homie.
But I apologize because you just admitted that I was wrong.
You weren't wrong. You said you were talking about reading a message. It had nothing to do with Bailey setting you up, me setting you up.
Then why you raise your hand and say I'm the one that you know what I'm saying?
I was just letting you know, like, this is something that has just been like pushed my way all night long. I didn't even know about it until last night late, and I was like, "What is this?" Yeah. And then after you and I and everybody the team was sharing the message that they cut Tucker.
Yeah.
Then this came out later.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, we got to talk about this."
All right, well, never mind. I'll take my apology back.
Yeah. So, I hate when people apologize.
What are your thoughts, though, Jason? Just
like what did the apology do? Let's say you were wrong and you apologized. What did it do? Did it change the fact that you were wrong? No. It didn't.
Nah, I do think in some
I don't get it.
Though, when somebody like sincerely apologizes, like some people just say just to move on. Some people
it's a word.
But some people actually be like, "Damn, I fucked up."
It's a word, though.
If I know you for real, like for example, it's been times when like years ago, like me and one of my close homies got into like a little bad argument. And it was a bad moment. I was probably drinking. He was drinking. It was a moment to where it went too far. It didn't need to. So the next day when I was able to like sober mind, clear mind, think through what the situation was, it's like, all right, I was being emotional. I was tripping. Whatever. Let me be a man. But all right, I was tripping today. Like you, my brother. So it's like in those situations, it's like, all right, cool. We can shake on it, move forward. It's like a respect thing, I guess. Like I understand what you're saying. Like a word don't change nothing, but just like a bad word, calling somebody a bitch or something could impact. I think on the flip side, admitting that you were wrong and apologizing can also have impact. So words matter, homie. Words matter. I always say that.
Just words. They don't matter. They don't mean nothing.
So if I call you a bitch right now, like I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
Nah, I'll fuck you up on later when I'm inside. But I'm saying,
well, you can't fuck me up. But if you try to fuck me up, like, why would you even attempt that? Because that me calling you a bitch,
remind you.
It triggers something though, right?
Nah.
So it do matter.
No, it don't matter at all.
Then why would you try to fuck me up? You can't do it. Why would you even try to do that?
I could do it easy, and just because
you can never do it, but like
just like you said the word, I'm gonna fuck you up. Just like you said the word, it's the same shit. It's the same. There's no real no deepness to it. No depth to it. You know what I mean?
I'm going to call you one now just so you can try to try me. But anyway, what's your reaction to this? Mina Kimes saying, what's this tone necessary? What's your reaction?
You won't be around no more. Huh? Here's the thing. First of all right. Let's
break that down. Let's get the brass tacks on me.
Do you know the context?
No, give me everything. Pause.
So the Ravens cut Tucker. People have come out with allegations and accusations that he has 16 cases pending and 16 accounts and 16, accusations against them from women and blah, 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 blah.
Why is everything 16?
I don't know. And then, so he has that, right? So he was let go. And by the way, I think the Ravens drafted a kicker.
They did.
So they knew this was coming down, right? Here's the issue. Adam Schefter reported, this is the statement from the Ravens vice president and general manager, our boy, E-Dub's boy, Eric Weddle's boy, Eric DaCosta. E-Dub was there working with him. Sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult, and this is one of those instances. Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker. Justin created many significant and unforgettable moments in Raven history. Basically, his reliability, focus, drive, resilience, and extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers for over a decade. We are grateful for his contributions, blah, blah, blah. And now we look forward to our future, and we wish his family the best. That's what it was.
Got you.
Mina Kimes goes to Twitter as if she's the GM or in the office there for the Baltimore Ravens and knows the tone of this message and questioned the tone and tweeted, "Was this tone necessary?" with a question mark. So that is the discussion this morning. That's why we brought this up. So My point is, was this tweet necessary?
Ooh, okay.
Why are you questioning a now professional organization? I just want to ask you what gives you the right. Like, I'm just trying to confuse. Like, so here, let me bring in context. So if, you know, Whitworth and
Sherman,
Richard Sherman and, you know, and Kirk and Fitzpatrick gets out there on their show and they question it, cool. I have no issue. They played it. They were there. They were in these organizations. They understand it. They've lost players. Richard Sherman was cut and let loose by several teams, Niners and Seahawks. He understands it. Whitworth was let go after winning a Super Bowl with the Rams, retires, gets away. Boom, he's done. He understands it. He got let go in Cincinnati before he goes to the Rams. He understands it. E-Dub comes on the show. He gets it. He's been let go. Has Mina Kimes been let go? Does she know the inner workings of this? Does she know? And then she comes out and mad about DEI and all this shit. Dog, this is the epitome.
Stay on topic.
This is the topic. This is the epitome of why people think she's DEI and why people call her that. Like, what the fuck would you even mention this for? Why are you getting out of your lane, Mina Kimes? Why are you getting into an organizational like discussion now? Like, you know, I remember she questioned Pete Carroll and drafting a quarterback a few years ago in Seattle, homie. I almost lost my fucking mind. Like, this broad is now going too far. I'm being real. She's going too far. I'm trying to be respectful for Smitty. She's going just way too far now. Stop fucking. There is no tone, by the way. I don't read a tone. Do you read a tone when I read you that whole message from the Baltimore Ravens organization?
Yeah, I do.
The tone. You read the tone?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, break down the tone.
So the tone is like a very like respectful tone, almost like apologetic, almost like it's just in a tone of like.
So why is it necessary?
It's really in a tone of like, we really don't want to do this, but because of what's going on, we have no choice. Like, it's very like celebratory tone. Like,
but she's questioning the tone in a negative way.
Right. So I think she, from a woman's perspective, again, it's not me agreeing with it. It's me just giving y'all some explanations to what the way I'm understanding why she did it. I think she's questioning this because a lot of times when like players get cut and teams go out there publicly and put out little write-ups, it's not so celebrated. It's not so like, if you read this, he's saying, we're so grateful for his many contributions, playing for the Ravens, his reliability, his focus, his drive. It's just like a lot of like, it's almost like he's retiring or something. And they're giving like or it's like a Hall of Fame speech. It's like, usually you customize it. Hey, the Chargers have decided to move on from one. Thank you. Boom. Like, it's like real straightforward. So I think for her, understanding all the accusations and the cases right now, and she being a woman, she's probably leaning on the side of like, we don't even know. Like, we haven't even solved the situation yet, and we don't know what's up with that. You guys are cutting him because of these accusations. Let's call it what it is, like, not because of nothing else. So, like, why are you guys talking so, for lack of better terms, like friendly with it? Like just say the statement. You ain't gotta demean them, but you also ain't gotta celebrate them. Just say we're moving on from them. Thank you. Boom. And let's wait out and see how these kind of play out. So that's what, again, I'm not trying to defend her for putting out a tweet. We're on a podcast, we're on a show, and we're having a conversation, and I'm giving you my perspective on why she put out that tweet. Yes, Jason Brown.
For someone that says they don't defend people, you sure defend these motherfuckers. So you're the quickest one to say, okay, again. I don't defend LeBron James, but then we go into a whole argument where you defended LeBron James the whole show.
Let's have a real conversation though, real quick, like without arguing nothing.
Then you say it about Mina the same way.
So we're having a conversation right now.
But I'm not defending Mina, but then you defend Mina. So go ahead.
But is it defending or is it just giving my perspective? Like, we're having a show, right? We're having a show. So like, there's a topic on the show. So,
but there's clearly no tone. You're making up a narrative.
I'm giving you you asked me a question. You said, do you hear a tone? I said, yes.
But you made up a narrative, though.
Okay, so tell me the tone.
But here's the problem.
What I saw.
No, but you made up a narrative to answer what you saw.
Well, I didn't made it up. I'm telling you what I.
No, you literally made it up. If I texted you right now,
mm-hmm.
what the fuck? But I didn't put a question mark. I didn't put an exclamation point. I didn't put a period. I just texted you what the fuck right now.
Not enough information.
Just what the fuck? How do you take it?
I don't take it. I don't know. It's not enough.
You know why? You know why? Because it's
not enough. In that example, that's not enough. This wasn't what the fuck. This was right here was sometimes football decisions are incredible.
Nah, why are you sounding like that, homie? Why are you sounding like that? See? You make a narrative for her, homie. You literally. Why did you get all passionate with how she sounded, homie?
Why are you being? Because stop, Jason.
No, because you know I'm right. You know I'm cooking you right now, and you know you're about to go down hard, and you're like, "Fuck, JB got me right now."
First sentence, Jason, right now. First
you're
sentence.
making this motherfucker just. Sometimes football decisions are. How did you get that voice out of that, homie? Like, wait, what? Like this motherfucker really acted out the tweet. Hold up, homie.
JB, read it, please.
Let's you and I. We're gonna play read. We're gonna play read. Yep. All right, for a show.
Yep.
I'll go first. I'll read the first sentence only.
Yep.
And then you read the first sentence.
All right.
Sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult. And this is one of those instances. Okay, you go.
Sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult. And this is one of those instances.
Why the soft tone, homie? This is a professional football organization making a decision. Why did you make the tone? Why? So guess what?
Read the next one.
Now I get why you're a defender, homie. You think the tone is necessary because you actually are listening to a tone you made up in your mind, homie.
Read the next one, homie.
Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker.
I'm actually with you on this one. Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker. I think that was cool. Keep going.
Justin created many significant and unforgettable moments in Ravens history.
Even your toes starting to switch a little bit.
I'm reading exactly how an organization would read it.
Many significant, unforgettable moments.
That sounds soft.
In Ravens history. Keep going. Keep going. No, go. Don't think. Go.
His reliability, focus, drive, resilience, and extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers over the last decade.
His reliability, his focus, his drive, his resilience, his extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers for a decade.
We are grateful for Justin's many contributions while playing for the Ravens. We sincerely wish him and his wife and family the very best in the next chapter of their lives.
We are beyond grateful for Justin's many contributions while playing for the Baltimore Ravens franchise. We sincerely wish him, his family, his wife, the very best in this next chapter of our lives. Even your tone on accident, as you continue to read, D. Jones, I know you with me. Even your tone when you was reading the shit, you kind of heard a celebratory increase in volume and how you was reading, because this isn't like a normal thing in these circumstances, homie. When the Texans moved on from fucking Deshaun Watson, I'm pretty positive it wasn't this celebratory. Do we have an exact? Can somebody find it? Maybe like, can we like dig up?
Okay, but why are we dismissing
when they moved from Deshaun Watson? Because it's the same type of case. That's why I'm bringing it up. It's the exact. It's literally identical. It's the exact.
Why are we?
The girl saying that you was touching on them and doing inappropriate shit in the massage room. It's the same situation. So I can see when the Texans moved on from Deshaun Watson, who at that time was the top 5 quarterback in the NFL, changed their franchise. I guarantee we can find their statement. It was not as fucking just celebrated as this. That's all. So all I'm saying is, let's stop acting like. Let's use common sense, y'all. There is a tone here. People in the chat, there is a tone here. I know y'all love to hang on Jason Brown's bald hairs. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all, so I'm going to be real with you. So take a step back, think for yourself, read the fucking thing. There is a tone there. He don't like none of y'all, Pac-Man.
I love all you guys.
He don't.
First of all, there's no tone there. You made up your own tone to defend her.
I'm done arguing.
That's what the whole point was. You made up a tone to defend her. And I know you didn't just compare Deshaun Watson, quarterback, to a kicker.
To the all-time great kicker, yeah. Yeah. Hold on, homie. Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Can I get back to my point that you cut me off on?
One more time.
Did you cut me off?
That's what we do. Who's had a bigger career? Who had a better career? Tucker or Deshaun Watson?
The Ravens team allowing the kicker to win.
Close, homie. All right, continue.
But we're never going to talk about a kicker and a
We
quarterback.
don't
So
talk about Deshaun Watson ever again.
what I'm saying is, what was bigger news?
Tucker.
Okay, quarterback. So anyway, you're making up a tone. My whole point earlier was when I text messaged you, what the fuck?
Don't text me.
You don't know what that tone is. That's why people pick up the phone and say, man, text get taken out of context. That's why I don't fuck with text. Well, how do you know a tone on a tweet?
All
That's
these,
a
all these adjectives they're using.
If you got fired at Fox today, you would get this letter.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Everybody gets a letter like this, homie.
Not at Fox, we don't.
Whether it's a termination letter, whether it's a thank you letter, whether it's a resignation letter, whether it's a contract detrimental to the organization letter, everybody gets a letter, homie.
It wouldn't be no Darnell Smith. We thank you for your 7 years.
If you're fired, it wouldn't be
at Fox Sports.
Not if
you
you're
have
fired.
created significant and unforgettable social moments for Speak in the Fox family for years. We wish you, your wife, Coach JB, and everyone associated with
but
you.
not if you're fired.
Stop, homie.
Not if you're fired.
Homie, you
that wouldn't be a
terminated.
fire letter, though.
You terminated. Boom.
That wouldn't be your. No, that you would. That's not a fire letter. This is not a fire letter, homie. This is a cut letter. You got let go. You've been there 10 years. Basically, they're saying you did your job here. Thank you for your service. Bye. That's what they did here. You getting fired, termination letter would have been a whole nother thing. You violated HR law. You violated HR. You violated HR. Blah 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 blah. It would be in there. But everybody, my point is, everybody gets a letter, though. Is my point, homie? You're acting like. So why is the tone so different? It's unbelievable.
I'm be real. The last thing
homie, this first of all, this broad is a liar. This broad's full of shit. She makes up lies about everyone. She went after my 3 black players.
There you go.
She's a fucking. She's a
Here
fucking.
you go.
No, I mean, she makes up these stories for her narrative, just like you just did. You want your story to fit your narrative. She doesn't know fucking her ass from a hole in the wall, and she wants you to believe that she knows the tone. It's a joke, homie. She's absolute fucking fraud in the profession, homie. She's a fraud, Jay Earn. You're cap. She's a fraud, homie.
Your mama's a joke, Justin.
Jay Earn, your mama's a joke too. Your mama's a joke too.
Your mama's a joke.
Yep. You go after white guy, I'm going after black brother.
And your daddy's soft. I'll slap your daddy. How about that?
Jay Earn, you're soft too.
I don't want to talk to you, Justin Coveney. Let me talk to your daddy. Let me talk to the man in the room. You a pussy. Let me talk to your man. Your father.
Jay Earn, let me talk to the man in the room, Jay Earn.
Justin's pussy. I'm sorry calling people out in the chat. Mama, if you listening, Mama, I love you, Mama, but you know where we from. You know I would never cuss if I knew you was on here, Mama. But these people in the chat be disrespectful, and you ain't raised, and you know what you raised. You know what you raised, Pops.
Why you reading the chat? Huh?
You know what you raised, Pops. I'm from 42nd and Post Road. Better watch y'all fucking mouth. I'm sorry calling y'all out.
Why you reading the chat, homie?
Yeah, I'm doing that today. I'm sick. I'm doing that today. I'm from 42nd and Post Road, far east side.
Yeah, I'm rubbing off. He don't even know I'm rubbing off. Over 2 years. 2 years, homie.
I'm making decisions, homie. I'm making decisions.
Nah, it's clearly made.
Too many people this week in the chat. Show me your picture, Justin Coveney. Show me your picture.
You literally just said everything I used to say 2 years ago. And I've grown and matured, and you're headed downhill.
42nd and Post Road, Rio, far east side.
Google you headed like this. You going like this down a bad path, homie.
Naptown. I'm gonna start calling my people to let me be quiet. Let's keep going.
So that picture, baby.
I'm talking too much. That picture is kind of silly. Shout out to Bailey. I think Bailey made this one.
I made it.
You can't make nothing. If me and Bailey quit today, it show me shit.
Nah, everything I used to do was just I grabbed the picture. I knew how to do it. I ran the show myself.
When I first joined, homie, used to be so stressed because you had to do everything. You had to bring them all the picture. You couldn't find it. You videos. You know what I mean? Like, you had to do all of it.
Hell yeah, homie. But I did it though. That's what you said. I can't do it. I can do it. I just don't want to do it.
The show, shout out to us though, man. The show didn't grow so much. I really remember the moments. Like it was no team, homie. It was like me and you. I would cut when I can cut. Ethan capped on for like a month. He was cool.
FA&M.
Ethan was cool for a minute, but then he got like kind of lazy. But his mama was cool. Mama would watch the show. The one dude that I do miss, though, I ain't gonna lie, our Twitter guy. He had a baby and he left, but he was a bad boy with the Twitter. Like he got pretty damn good.
He still hits me up.
Well, hit me up.
He out here. He ain't out here in Cali.
You need to cut clips. I don't care about hitting you up. You need to cut clips.
No, it wasn't clips. It was live.
It was Twitter clips. I'm saying, like, we still call them clips. Yeah, he was.
Does Twitter still do that?
Well, it don't matter. I mean, he's been gone, so you know.
I'm saying I don't even know they
because
do that.
we get no Twitter content. And listen, Twitter is the least important platform, in my opinion, out of all the social media platforms now. In my opinion,
we live on Twitter right now
because Twitter is no longer. So this is an actual like factual stat because people at Fox we meet or my bosses meet with like the bosses of Twitter, TikTok, whatever that. So Twitter is like no longer growing, meaning that there's no new users coming to Twitter these days. If you're already on Twitter, you're just already on Twitter. The platforms that are still constantly growing is TikTok, Instagram. Like those are ones that are constantly growing. So those are a little bigger right now because of that. I'm not saying Twitter's not important. I'm saying if I had to rank top to bottom, I would do that. Go ahead, Jason.
But when TikTok folds, guess where they all go? Twitter.
It's not gonna fold though because Jace, your boy, President Trump, is keeping it alive, right?
No, I heard Bezos trying to make it, buy it.
I mean, they all in the same family, all rich, racist. So
I hate Twitter because of all the fucking just there's nothing but porn. I get a bunch of DMs on just bots or whatever they call them, the fake shit, and I gotta block it. It's like it's fucking. It just they do anything now. So, but they still suspend you though if you do something like. It's
hey,
crazy.
We need to go to break right now before Steve joins.
AB got suspended for 12 hours over his beat with Pac-Man Jones and
finally, like, and all the stuff AB has done on Twitter.
That's my point.
This is what got him out.
That's my point. They suspended for 12 hours. I've been suspended for 12 hours before.
He talks crazy on Twitter though for like every day, and he's finally like, "This is the moment."
I mean, him and Pac-Man going at it. Pac-Man did a little short yesterday. It was funny. He said he had 17,000 calls and all these voicemails. Motherfuckers ordering pizzas and shit on his voicemails.
Oh, AB. So AB put out Pac-Man's number as well. Like, okay.
So those two fan bases are going to go at each other's shit.
That's a crazy fan base. It actually be a good little fight. I mean, Pac-Man would win, but it'd just be an entertaining fight. Nah, everybody know Pac-Man been fighting since the beginning. Like, I'm not, and AB's not soft either, so he gonna go out there.
I don't think AB fights though. I don't think AB fights.
But AB not soft though. He don't come out with somebody who's soft. I don't think he's soft.
Nah, he's not soft
at all. I don't think he's soft. So he would definitely fight Pac-Man. I just think Pac-Man I feel like he got more experience fighting. Like we seen Pac-Man at the airport. We've seen like. We've seen the stories, Shout out to
Steve Kim joins on the other side, and Lincoln Kennedy, NFL legend, UW.
That's a UW legend. You're talking about UW legend.
Yeah, well, everything legend.
Oh, lineman, dog,
monster, national champ, dog. I think
I love to do a one-on-one with him though, like one more rep.
No, you want it.
Like
there was. You know what's crazy? I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
He said, "No, you wouldn't."
There was 11 draft picks on that team he was on in 92 or 91.
On one team, 11 draft picks? That's crazy.
Yep.
Name them all right now.
Steve Ettman, unbelievable D tackle. Mario Bailey, unbelievable. I grew up watching those teams, man. They played Michigan, Charles Woodson era. I remember that whole team that Mario Bailey in the end zone did the Heisman. He was so good that he did the Heisman pose in the end zone. And I was like, oh shit, he trying to make a statement. You know what I mean? Like, cause he balled that year, by the way. He had numbers very comparable. Like he had the best offensive stats but they gave it to Charles Woodson, the real Travis Hunter. So let's dive into it. We'll get out of commercial break. We'll be back right now for this. Like this, and guess what happens when the first guy gets his face ripped apart and the guy's body gets snapped in literal half? 100 other dudes were running away. The fight's over.
Y'all keep bringing up this blasphemous, fictional fucking story tale that you think is going to really happen. You are going to get ripped in literal half, homie, because no human on this earth can even grasp the concept of how strong this animal is. It's not a normal, just walk-of-the-mill pit bull, homie. This is a man with a 9-foot wingspan, hands bigger than Andre the Giant, who can run 25 miles an hour, who has a 60-inch vertical leap, who can climb a tree 100 foot tall in 30 seconds. You're going to beat that.
100 of them.
Stop.
All right, so let me ask you this then. So what's the number, homie? Because what you basically saying, you're saying is no matter what the number is, then based upon what you're saying, it don't matter. We can have 1,000 men. It don't matter what it is. We can never beat them.
It doesn't. And let's dive into the whole strategy.
Homie, you hear what you saying right now?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on. So 1,000 men couldn't be one gorilla.
Why do we keep moving up the thing? Let's talk about the fucking 100. You can't stay focused. You can't stay focused.
Hold real quick, because people in my chat been going there. So I'm like, I want to know what's the number then? Because if 100,
there ain't a number. There ain't a number because there's not 100,000 or 100,000 men who are going to sit there and watch his homie get his literal face ripped off his skull and broken in half, and then stick around and fight.
I'm not pussy.
That's the first problem.
I'm not pussy, Jason. If me and you in the battle,
so you're going to go out there and die.
I would die for you, homie. If me and you in battle, and I see somebody rip your face and split your body in half, I gotta die for your honor. I can't just run away.
I'm not gonna be there. Sorry.
Hold on, you're definitely gonna be there. You're a white boy.
No, I'm definitely not going there.
You're a white boy.
I actually know what a gorilla does. So,
you probably try to talk to him. You probably go there and try to talk to him.
Here's the thing. You know what the funny part is? I did not know, Smitty, till yesterday that this was a real discussion.
I asked y'all to make this the thumbnail. Betty thought he said if we bored. JB didn't respond. I know this shit, homie. I do this shit at a high level.
Y'all really are dead serious that you think this shit blows my mind. Number one, I'm looking at Twitter. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. Guys are really having a heated debate on a podcast about this. But nobody mentioned the fact. Here's what the debate was.
Yep.
Well, we can outsmart him.
Yes.
You can go over here and circle him up, and then he'll turn his back. Turn his back. You know what they'll do? This motherfucker will literally just from me to you when you circle him.
Yep.
And then he goes like this, and then you think you're gonna rush him. He's gonna go like this.
Okay, how many arms does he have?
And then he's gonna do like that. And you're gonna be like, where'd that motherfucker go? And then this gorilla has 6 guys like this. And then he goes like this, homie. He bites your fucking body, and his teeth will go literally through your bones. And literally 1,800 pounds per square inch of pressure will break every bone in your body. And then he can literally throw a human being that's 6 foot, 200 pounds, 50 feet. He could throw a 6 foot, 200 pound man 60 feet, homie, like this. And you and I think we can get in there. And
JB, how you gonna run?
You think we can get in there and have a strategic fucking battle?
Yo, we back. So what time is all our guests coming on?
The motherfucker threw it like this, homie.
That's hilarious.
I didn't change it. Let me try to do it live, homie. It's a real show. But I don't know how
What are you doing?
I don't know how to do it, really.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix my brightness. Fuck.
Oh, my God.
God damn. I don't know how to do this type of shit, man. God.
Stop saying that, homie. Oh, my God.
I hate this shit, homie. Brightness. I gotta drop the brightness. Is it the brightness or what?
Probably the saturation, probably. Saturation or probably the. You can put saturation down there,
I don't
bro.
like saturation.
What you like that for?
Huh?
What's wrong with saturation?
God.
Oh, you keep saying that, homie. Like you taking the shit. What's wrong?
Fuck, homie. I just lost the fucking picture. God. What happened to the picture, homie? Fuck, man.
Homie.
Fucking Bailey.
It's always Bailey's fault.
Man.
It's either Bailey or Enix's fault.
I don't get what I got to do for this picture, though.
I blame Enix.
Look, man, I got to start all over, man.
It's Ethan's fault, homie.
Look, I got to go find the fucking graphic now, man.
Oh, and then you got to pause on. I used to hate that. Is there any way, Babe, that we can move that video up closer to the front or pan?
It takes me 5 minutes a show.
Because it's every day we add more videos to the highlights. So now you got to go.
Yeah, homie, yeah. You get
Can
it.
we repost the video weekly so it's like closer to the front, Bailey?
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
Yeah, no, because I remember when I was in my studio before my neighbors started complaining, I had to do this every morning. It would take a fucking hour to find it because we keep adding videos to the highlights.
Yeah, you get it.
It's
Appreciate it.
so annoying. I'm with you on this.
Yeah, man. But Bailey makes a ghetto show. Huh?
Yeah, like, oh, shit.
Wait, what happened? Now I can't find it.
Yeah, I just don't understand it, bro. Like, you got to find a way to make it. Whoa.
What? Why is it not showing no more videos? Man, homie, I can't even find it now.
Just keep going, homie.
It just stopped for the first time. That's it.
Hold on. What section are you in? Are you in highlights?
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's a whole nother highlight section. It's not even it's not even my shit.
Well, maybe we can tell Bay to repost it tonight, this evening.
Man, what happened, man?
We're not gonna move forward until we get it figured out. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, fuck it. The crowd needs look right there. It stops for some reason.
Since we're doing it, JB, why don't you just go up to the main channel? Just click the main channel there.
Where?
The circle there.
The circle. Go down. Go to the right. The circle. Right, yep. Now go down the
why don't you leave it like that?
Huh?
I'll go up and just leave it like that, where you have it in the background there.
You can't.
It's not too bright. Okay.
Nah, then it goes like it moves. It doesn't stay there.
I see.
What happened to highlights though? Why is highlights?
We might have posted too many.
It was on today. I had it earlier.
Here, turn it off, and I'll handle it, and we'll get it back up there.
I can't work underneath these conditions. I'll be honest with you.
Fuck. This is a real show. And I don't care what the chat said or anything. I haven't even seen the chat. I was about to light a cigar. And who's this picture of? Who's this picture of?
I'm actually not for sure. I think it's like an AI photo.
I asked you a question.
It's an AI photo of some, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like they're fighting custody for a child. So I don't know. I don't play around with kids.
Homie. That shit is crazy. I don't get it. Like,
I don't get it either.
Picture's gone.
Bay say he'll figure it out, homie. Get back watching on the show. Steve Kim about to join soon, ain't he?
Is he in?
What time is our guest coming? 7:30 and then 8? 8:30.
Steve on any time now, and then he's on at 8:30, I think.
Oh, cool. So that means 8 o'clock. We take another break. Perfect.
You don't need another break. That's your generation's problem. That's your generation's problem, homie.
No, it's not a real break. I got work I got to do in between the show, so it's perfect for me.
What kind of work?
It don't matter, huh?
Oh, I got it. A little better, darker.
You a bad boy. You found it though.
A little better.
Darker's always a little better.
Nah, white. It's a little too bright still, though,
Very
Braley.
sweet the juice.
Braley, I don't know what happened to it, but it moved. I don't know.
Darker the berry, sweeter the juice, homie.
It's better than it was, though, huh?
Not really.
It was too bright earlier.
Same as it was before. Waste of time. It was the exact same one we had earlier.
Anyway, whenever you want to roll into the.
I mean, basically, I think we should do what's happening now. Probably the best thing to do right now while we're waiting.
You lead it while I'm getting back sorted out.
All right, what's happening now, y'all?
Well, I get feedback.
So it says there was fires and chaos that erupted at the University of Washington as Antifa is taking over. Time for the university to lose funding. Call in the National Guard. What?
Smitty, you got to wake up. You got to get tuned to what's going on in the world, homie.
Hey, break this down a little better, Jason.
Basically, this fucking group Antifa is fucking ruining college campuses and Seattle, Washington, Seattle University, a public institution where you and I pay taxes towards, is absolutely been taken over. It's been this way since COVID, and it's getting worse and worse. And now finally we're going in here and now to try to remove these fucking idiots. But at the end of the day, I just don't know why we just don't start just doming these motherfuckers. Just start doming everybody.
So this is actually at UW.
Yeah. So Lincoln Kennedy will jump in there later on. And yeah, it's at UW, homie. It's right now, UW. And people in Seattle at the university are asking Trump to send National Guard in. Like they're burning the campuses down. Like I don't understand, homie. How is this allowed? That's the problem I have. Like, just start fucking taking them out back, homie. Speaking of taking them out back, no idea why. People always say that. I have no correlation at all.
Right, no connection at all. Right.
At all with our guests. Nothing. But he did go out back to Vegas, and he got to watch some fights in person. And I'm just curious to see what's going on, man, because, damn, I do not know what's going on. There was so much going on. There was like 3 cities, 3 countries. There was a lot going on.
12 fighters.
I didn't even know NUA fought Sunday.
Big time fight, homie.
Disappointment. But our main man, Korean Cosell himself, the co-host of Whitlock's Fearless, 3 knockdown rule, Mario Lopez. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gems, Steve Kim. Steve Kim joins the show. Steve, what up, man? Good morning. Good morning.
A couple things, guys, been listening. 1991, Lincoln Kennedy's team. They were the second best team. Co-national titles, congratulations. You got rings. You had the honor of sharing that with the true national champions. Miami played a better schedule. Beat Penn State, Florida State, 2 top 5 teams, number 1 defense in the country. I'll let the numbers speak for themselves. But Lincoln, you were a great player. But your team, best in the West, but we were number 1 in the country. Number 2, Smitty, Justin Tucker might be a Hall of Famer. He's on the all-time Ravens list. He'll have his name one day on the Ring of Circle or whatever they do out there.
Probably. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson won't. That's. Let's just be honest. And here's the difference.
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson thought he could run the franchise. That's why they didn't give him the Declaration of Independence preamble. Oh, we love you. No, they're like, you want out? GTFOH. That's the reality. Justin Tucker have allegations, as does Deshaun, but there's a difference. Justin Tucker is a much more, I would say, prolific player at his position, and it's not the same.
Yeah.
And the difference is Tucker got released. Deshaun Watson thought after 2 good years that he could leverage the organization into thinking he's the GM, and he wanted out.
That's true.
Justin Tucker never wanted a trade. I think Justin Tucker, if it was his call,
I'd stay.
Would have said, I want to be a lifetime Raven. But once they drafted the kicker, it was like, pun alert, he's going to get the boot.
No, here's my thing.
There is a difference, Smitty. One guy forced his way out. That's a good point. The whole thing.
No, I was actually saying we're not going to compare a quarterback to a kicker. That's all I was saying. Like, there's no way you're going to compare Justin Tucker, even though.
Look, I don't know how
Justin's better than Deshaun.
Justin Tucker might be a Hall of Fame kicker.
He should. I believe he is.
Right. I don't know how, but again, this thing may hurt his chances. Let's not lie about that. These things do matter nowadays, Coach, don't you think?
Is it came out though that there's anything saying this is why they cut him or not yet?
No, but well, again, I think the allegations and his decline in accuracy last season did not.
Right,
Those
for
two
help,
things
yeah.
come. Let's put it this way: if he was 38 for 40,
right,
and still
he
booming
might not got
70
cut.
yarders,
They
it'd be
probably
like we stick by our guy. And in the words of Don King, we believe in the system of Jewish prunes.
they probably don't cut him.
But right,
Not this soon, at least. They probably will wait.
Or
it out
at
a
least
little
they
bit.
don't. They still may draft a kicker though. But I don't
and one
know.
last thing, Coach. The 1991 Heisman Trophy winner was not Charles Woodson. It was Desmond Tutu Howard.
I mean, I Desmond Howard. That's what I meant when Desmond did the pose. I meant Mario Bailey.
And
Mario
Bailey actually did
pose.
have better receiving numbers. Super Mario Bailey.
Yeah, Super Mario. He did that pose. I think they had 11 guys drafted though.
Yeah, that was a good team.
Yeah.
Very good. Bino Bryant was on that team.
Let me
from
ask you: is Edmund the most dominant inside guy college football has ever seen?
Ooh.
Well, outside of guys like Jerome Brown and Warren Sapp, he's up there. He's one of the top 10 players I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he would have been the toughest matchup for Miami. Miami didn't have great guard and center play, I don't think. That team had what? DeMarco Farr. It had Dave Hoffman, Bino Bryant, Dana Hall.
Napoleon Kaufman.
Hoffman was a redshirt freshman or a true freshman on that team.
Been 500, Smitty, as a running back.
Ooh.
Mark Brunell was actually injured for for somewhat of that year. He got banged up in spring ball. The starting quarterback most of the year was Billy Joe Hobart.
Yep.
They had Orlando McKay. They had Walter Bailey was another cornerback.
Walter Bailey.
They had Jaime Fields. They had an unbelievably fast front seven. They were an attacking defense. Played a lot of man-to-man, single high safety. Very aggressive defense.
No doubt. I love watching that team.
Second best team in the country in 91. Congratulations.
He making it clear. Second best team.
Hey, they shared the natty. I think was that the first shared natty?
No, in 19. There have been other shared natties, but in the year before it was Georgia Tech and Colorado.
Oh, that was the year before. That's right.
Yeah,
90. That's right. That's when it started to become a trend or a fad. All right, Steve, I got to ask you because I was all over the place this weekend and I'm confused on what happened. So can you please break down for the novice fan the actual geographic layout of these boxing events? Because I did not know that it was their New York, Vegas, Riyadh. What was going on this weekend and why was it such a big deal?
Friday was in the heart of New York City in Times Square, where it was a complete bust. The fights were all basically very boring or bad. Teofimo Lopez is about the only guy that really looked good. But what people are upset about is that when this event first came out, they said, we're going to have this event in Times Square, and everybody around there can watch the fight, mill around for free, or watch it on the big screens. Well, it turns out, I think there were some issues that you're not allowed to show live events on those big screens because it might cause accidents and stuff like that. And then around the VIP fence, because there's only 250 people allowed inside there, they put up like a big Ring magazine draping. So people were stuck outside, and here they thought they were going to get a free night of boxing. And the way they treated the media, where they had them watch the fight in video screens 3-4 blocks down. So it was a commercial and critical disaster. And the other fights, Ryan Garcia has been fully exposed for what he is, a very incomplete prize fighter. And given the fact that he was coming off of a drug bust and the way he looked this past Friday, in the immortal words of Arsenio Hall, things that make you go, Now.
That's my song.
Saturday, Riyadh. Boring. My God. I was at a bar with some friends watching it, and Canelo Alvarez fought a guy in William Skull who did not try to win. He just ran and ran and ran. It takes two to not tango, and I thought it was a bad fight. And what I saw makes me really believe, and I thought that Terrence Crawford had a chance to at least win the first half of the fight whenever they fought. I actually think he has a chance to do that the whole night. And the judging's going to be a little bit differently because people know who Crawford is. And I believe Crawford's actually going to try to really win the fight, which I think is a different, but another bad, terrible, boring, desultory bout. And then Friday, bullseye, in a way, stole the show, salvaged it.
Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Oh,
yeah.
man, he went gung-ho. Oh, my God. What a samurai. What
That
a
was a
kamikaze. What a kamikaze. I mean,
So
that's
wait,
what
is that his
boxing
first
is.
knockdown? Is that his first knockdown?
No,
He
he's
got
been knocked down
knocked
before.
last year.
Second
Very
one.
similar punch, too. He has one fatal flaw. On the inside, he gets a little bit upright, does not crouch a little bit. And when Joe Goosen has an old saying, when one punch offends, the other fan has to defend. And he has one fatal flaw against a certain alignment when a fighter is on the backside of his left hand. That right hand drops when the front hand side, and you could just, the knockdowns looked very, very similar. Something my buddy Tim Bradley pointed out. And he's facing a very dangerous southpaw in September in MJ Akhmadaliev. That's something they got to clean up, is having that second hand, backhand parry right here as a shield or as a catcher's mitt. But in a way, just to see that speed and power up close and the way he comes in waves. And I got to give Ramon Cardenas credit. He came to actually win. I thought he won the night. So it salvaged the whole weekend.
Hey, I know Smitty have a lot of boxing questions. I got to just ask you one thing. Oh, you don't? I want to ask you one thing. Is boxing missing like a true superstar? Is it hurting
It has Canelo, who's about 37, 38. In a way, is a foreigner. Look, they're still very good fighters. My view is, in a way, Crawford, Usyk, Vam Rodriguez, those guys have separated themselves from the pack, and I'm very high on Jerron Boots Ennis. And Ennis is a bit of a daredevil, which I love, because they believe in entertaining, not just winning. But the problem is, Coach, when you are only fighting once or twice a year, and boxing's already a niche sport, and it's not on the networks, and your biggest events are behind a paywall, this has been a 35, 40-year process of what I call the erosion of the interest of boxing. So, and I've stated this and I've written this. When Canelo Alvarez leaves, and he's much closer to the end than the beginning, I don't know who is the next face of boxing that really is one of those guys that when he fights, everybody watches, plans a party, gets together. I don't know if they're like Tank Davis, to a lot of people, is that guy. But here's the problem. He doesn't fight that much either. Yeah. Look at the schedule. And he's not giving us the fights that we want. And it looks like his rematch with Lamont Roach, originally scheduled for June 21st. That was what was reported. I believe now that fight's going to happen in late July, mid-August.
Ah, damn.
So again, are they striking while the iron is hot?
Right. That's a good point, man. But you're right, man. Sunday's fight, though, anyway, to me, made it saved the weekend, if that makes sense. Like, that fight was so good. And the thing about anyway that's so great, JB, is that he's aggressive. He's not out there just trying to just win. And he's outboxing you, but he wants to hurt you every single time. And to me, even the fact that he got knocked down, to me, adds to the legend, because he was able to take it on the chin, get up, bounce back, and he didn't miss a beat. Like, he got right back to being aggressive, immediately. Do you have him as your number one pound for pound, Steve?
I think he makes an argument. Again, I go Canelo Usyk. The thing with Crawford is he's only fighting once a year now for the last 2-3 years, and I believe in activity. And the argument for Usyk is that he's the one guy that's facing guys who are 35, 40 pounds bigger.
Yeah.
So that's the argument. But then at the same time, I think, well, Tyson Fury, if he was a regular sized guy, would not be all that elite. He's very lucky he's a heavyweight, in my view. But the guys that I really look at as being technically sound and know how to fight and box, because there is a difference, and entertain, Inoue, Bam, Boots. I still like Tank for that element. Junto Nakatani, who I'm going to go see next week at the gym. He might be the guy. He has a lot of dimensions to trouble Inoue. Those are the guys that stand out right now. And Dmitry Bivol, certainly a great surgeon. Artur Beterbiev, certainly an absolute sledgehammer. But it's, in my view, Smitty, it is very hard to actually know who's the best fighter in the world. Not enough data points. Like over a season of a basketball season, we have 82 games in theory to figure out who really is the best player. Right. In boxing, you get 1 or 2 opportunities, and against hand-picked opponents most of the time. So you don't know if you're looking at the real thing or an absolute mirage.
Let me ask you this before we transition. What were your thoughts on Devin Haney's, I guess, return? I know you said that whole Friday was everybody looked bad, but does Haney looks like he's a little bit hesitant since he got hurt by Garcia? Like, what was your read?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt there's a part of it. It almost looked like he had a prize-fighting version of PTSD. He ran around the ring so much, he blew out the Velcro on his shoe, literally. He did. And I get it. This is boxing. I don't expect a guy to stick their chin out, plant their feet, and put their hands behind their back and say, hit me. I don't. But there's also a middle ground. And when I'm watching this fight with the group of people, all of us were saying, okay, first couple rounds, dip your toe in. Dip your toe in. I get it. It was a traumatic experience that you went through. But over time, you got to start to settle down. And back in the olden days, when boxing was a little bit more harsh towards the fighters in terms of the business, and there was no multi-fight or long-term commitments, Devin Haney would either not get a fight for a while or he'd have to take a severe pay cut. I mean, Smitty, after last Friday, do you really have any appetite or the same appetite to watch Garcia Haney too? Yes or no?
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly. That's what that card was designed to do.
Somebody you agree with, I believe, has something to say and has a video you might have seen, but take a listen to your friend Bradley.
You know, and if I was pissed off, I know all the fans are pissed off too. I'm talking about pissed off. I was pissed off to like almost like I felt like I was insulted last night after watching that. I felt like I was insulted. You know, I was disappointed in each guy's performance, man. I was so disappointed. I thought all of them was whack. All of them. Every last one of them. I didn't see no hunger in these dudes, man. No hunger. Only there for the money. See, that's the problem. That's the biggest problem with today's boxing, man. That's the biggest problem, big dog. I got to go downstairs.
I love Tim. Tim's my guy. And here's the thing where I have a question for everyone and all of us. Who here likes money and to get paid the most for their services? Everyone raise their hand. Right? Everyone out there on the chat, I'm assuming. You don't think guys 30, 40, 50 years ago wanted the most amount of money? So it's not just – see, here's the thing. Like when I read some of the purses of what Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns got back in 1985, I think Hagler got $5.5 million. Hearns got 5.2. So you take that today with the inflation rate, that's about what, $18 to $20 million, right?
At least. Maybe
I
more.
guarantee you that much. They were men of character, and they said, we don't care if we're getting $5. I want to win this fight.
That's what I say with football and basketball, Steve. Same shit. They made money back then too, but it wasn't like this. But we got to equate it. Like
I just don't think I'm getting a lot of money, so I'm going to play it safe, or I'm not getting paid enough, so I'm not going to try hard. Throughout most of his career to the very end, and I'm talking about his Chicago Bull days, you know, Michael Jordan only got paid about he never really made more than $3 million for most of his career till about the last 2 years when he got balloon payments.
Yeah, that one $30 million deal.
30-something million,
right.
Probably, yeah.
But do you think Michael Jordan ever really cared? Like, oh man, that guy's getting $2 more million. I'm not going to try as hard.
Nope.
There's something about the character, and then, Coach, you talk about this a lot. The current culture and having an absolute pride. I'm just telling you, throughout the history of boxing, the fighters that really deserve it get their money for that particular era. And guess what? It has never really affected their performance. So I think it's just an easy cop-out to say, well, this guy in the Middle East giving us a lot of money, and they're killing the hunger. Or you can argue, maybe these guys just don't have great ring character. Maybe they don't have the integrity needed.
Steve, you know, you guys don't agree, and I've been saying it for a while. Like, American sports are dying. Let me ask you, like, and I've been saying for some years now, why is it then? If it's basketball and it's football and it's everything, it seems like every sport is obviously getting some sort of, we all argue that the product's just not very watchable. It's not the same. Competitive nature is not there. We rather swap a jersey than bleed and fucking not shake hands and walk in the locker room respectively and play the next game. Instead of that, we're shaking hands, smiling. Everything's changed. Why though? And I just want to throw it out there. It has to be a number one reason right here, no?
Well,
these have to be
part of it. But look, sports reflects culture, culture reflects sports, where we are in society in terms of behavioral norms and standards. Look, as it relates to Turki Al-Sheikh, he has to understand that the art of matchmaking, and I tweeted this on Sunday, and people throughout boxing were texting me and saying, yeah, you're right. And I'm thinking to myself, you guys do the exact same thing he does, but with less money. Come on. So if I'm Turki Al-Sheikh, I would tell him, look, you tried. It wasn't a great night. It's one of the few bad nights you've had. Because in fairness, Turki's actually made a lot of good fights.
Yeah.
A lot of fights that would not have otherwise been made without his war chest. Yep. Bivol against Beterbiev. Fury against Usyk, right? Those fights are important for the tapestry of boxing and the history. They would not have happened without him. Let's give him credit. But moving forward, I would say to certain guys, and you know which ones, Darnell, on Friday night, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not rewarding you for that. And that's fair. Paying for that night, but that does not mean I have to reward you for the next one.
Yep. Nah, for sure. You know,
that's interesting. Will there ever be a split pot?
What was that?
Will there ever be a split pot?
No.
Like
boxing,
winner gets this percentage, loser. So to get some competitive balance, I would love to see it. I'm just saying, give me some competitiveness back.
Yeah, well, look, UFC does like the knockout of the night. Or
I was going to say that, like knockout of the night. It kind of it's like an incentive to make you want to like perform.
Fights are basically made in terms of who is the guy really bringing in the people, and they get the lion's share of the money. There's an A side and a B side, but also, what if there's a bad decision though, Coach? What if there's an absolute robbery like Chavez Whitaker, and Whitaker was a guy that needed that money. He wasn't the draw. I thought that's the worst robbery in a big fight I've ever seen. I actually, for 5 days, was not a boxer. I was so disgusted by that Whitaker fight. It was September, first weekend of September, 1993. And it ruined my football Saturday the next day. I was so pissed off. I love that 84 Olympic team. Whitaker, Meldrick Taylor, Terrell Biggs, Evander Holyfield, Virgil Hill, Steve McCrory, who was it? Paul Gonzalez out of East LA. So I love that team. And I remember thinking after that fight, 9384P comes in there in front of 65,000 Mexicans in the Alamo Dome. And I'll never forget, it came out to hip hop hooray with all his teammates. I'm thinking, what a soldier. What a soldier. In front of all these Mexicans, this black guy just says, I'll face the most fearsome Mexican on the planet, and absolutely won that fight. And when they called it a draw, I was like, I'm done. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Let me ask you something.
Came out with that cover and it said Rob. I looked at it and I said, all right. Long as they know.
Right.
Let me ask you something. The history, you know this fight, I'm sure, but I was looking up just some things. And I'm like, when you used to disrespect someone's team or someone in it, the fighter from that particular team would go out there and try to actually make you pay for your actions or what you did. In 11, I think Pacquiao, and I watched the fight just to get some context. He came out with like a nasty mentality because I think the guy, and I don't know who it was, Margarito or Margarito.
Oh, Margarito. Yeah, that was kind of a grudge match. Because
so didn't he like mock what's his name?
Freddie Roach. Parkinson's, and it got a little.
Oh, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah, I was at that fight. That was at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and that fight should have been stopped because the beating that Margarito took, especially with that one eye, and
he broke his orbital bone.
That the run that Pacquiao was on from 2008 to about 2012. That was an unbelievable just gauntlet that he went through. And we don't see that anymore. We really don't. We don't see guys who just one after another put on performances such as that nature. But, yeah, boxing's boxing. It happens. Everyone panics all the time. There's no saving it. There's really no killing it, as Larry Merchant said. So, you turn the page. There's fights on ESPN this Saturday. And that's it. And I enjoy the ones that I go to, and I'm very selective nowadays. I just don't go to any fight. Like, in a way, even though he's facing an unknown underdog, I felt like, this may be the last chance I ever get to see Inoue in person in the States. Now, he might fight Nakatani next year in Japan. That's a trip that I'll go and knock it off the bucket list. But I don't go to a lot of fights or as much as I used to because, quite frankly, I don't think a lot of them are worth the effort.
Yeah, now you're right. I mean, at least in the last month, I'll say we've got at least two good fights. I thought the the counter being Chris Eubank was an actual
That was
brawl.
a great fight. That
Great
was a
fight. In a way, Sunday, really good fight. So, like, you know, we still get some.
And here's another thing I hate hearing, Smitty. Well, these fighters are affected by not having a real crowd. Timeout.
Oh, no.
The fighters that won, they don't care. Once, like, I remember during the pandemic when there was football games in front of no people. Guess what? The good players were still good. The mediocre ones were still mediocre. And if you need a crowd to spur you, then you're not a consummate professional. You think an Inoue, Usyk, or Crawford, they could fight in a television studio with 2 cameras and no people, they would be who they are, and they'd be good.
No doubt. Let's move on, Smitty. I got to ask Steve right out the gate, one of his Miami Hurricanes that's hit the news got arrested, man. I don't know the whole story. I heard it's attempted or it is murder or whatever until they come out with it. But I guess they said he shot somebody in a car. You know about this kid, this recruit, or is he
Levante Williams? Yeah, he was a highly recruited top 100 kid. Ended up transferring to Maryland. He was always an issue. Always an issue from day one. He actually was thrown off. Had a domestic issue. Miami got him back. A great athlete. Did not ever really know how to play the free safety position and ended up going to Maryland. And you kind of knew this could end up, not to this degree, but you kind of knew it may end up being, let's just put it this way, less than a happy ending.
Unfortunate, man. It's unbelievable. It's football is becoming like, that's what my point, though, Smitty, about this pay. Football is not football.
Well, he came before the NIL, though. To be fair, he came before the NIL.
No. I'm just saying in general, like what we're discussing, like the main thing is not the main thing no more. Football, like it's always something else now. It's I want to be this. I want to rap. I want to shoot. I want to be.
Can I tell you something?
I want to make money. I want to be this. I'm just saying, it's changed.
A kid like Levante Williams may have been better off just sticking at Miami and understanding. Even if I don't make the National Football League, which, by the way, that career average is about 3.7 to 3.8 years.
Yeah.
Why don't I grow up as a person, get a degree, and understand I can prepare myself for the next 50, 60 years? But if your whole focus or the focus of your quote-unquote handlers or parents is just National Football League, once that dream dies, you start to become very desperate and angry.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, I know a lot of guys that played at Miami that I've gotten to know years later, and they said, Steve, I'm very lucky that there wasn't a transfer portal. I'm actually lucky that even though I didn't make it, I still got my degree. I met a lot of friends, and my life is okay without football. A lot of these guys that are going to go to 3, 4, 5 schools in 5, 6 years, and then when they realize their football dream or journey is over, and you have no degree to fall back on, no network alumni, I'm just telling you, you were better off sometimes just sticking at that school, never being a star, not even being a starter, but at least getting that degree and then preparing yourself for the next 50, 60 years of your life. I do not know if that message is spoken about enough.
And I'm going to tell you, there's only one thing that's caused that, and it ain't NIL. I'm just telling you.
That's been going on before, no doubt about that.
It's the portal, man, and it's the portal has ruined the whole deal because what happened is there is no more last chance you. There is no more correction is criticism. There is no more let me get you right so you can go back to wherever you came from or a new university and know what you did wrong prior. There is no more of that. That's the problem. The portal has allowed you to shop jobs on the job, and now you go from D1 to D1 to D1 instead of going back and getting humility and humble to a JUCO, and now I get to get your ass in JUCO and get you right. There's no more of that. And that's the problem. The portal has caused all of this shit. It ain't
I mean, look, there used to be thousands of young men each year throughout each graduating class who probably had NFL dreams, but they didn't make it for whatever reason. I tell you what they became in five years, a man.
100%.
We have lost the ability to develop young men.
That's it.
And it always reminds me of that line from Hoop Dreams, the greatest documentary I've ever seen. The young man that went to Marquette in that movie, I think his name was William Gates. He was a top 50 recruit. And by the end of his run at Marquette, he hated basketball, and he was a top 50 player. And he had one of the greatest lines ever. At the end of the movie, he said, all these guys, all my friends tell me, when you make the NBA, will you forget about me? And I always say, if I don't make the NBA, will you forget about me? I think it was the most poignant line I have ever heard. And I got to give Kevin O'Neal a lot of credit. A young Kevin O'Neal was in that movie. And William Gates had a knee injury. He was never really quite the same after his sophomore year, but he was a guy that everyone wanted. And so he thinks he wants to go to Marquette, but he's kind of going through other schools. And Kevin O'Neal says, I just want you to know one thing. We want you at Marquette. And Butch Lee, famous player, was his assistant coach. Really wanted him. And he said, he goes, William, I got to tell you one thing. This is a business. I know you're looking at other schools. So as long as that happened, we're looking at other players. But you sign right now, you're going to be a Marquette guy. And I'm going to tell you this right now. This is the reality. Scholarships are really 1 year renewable. But if you sign with me, I will make sure as long as I have a job, you will graduate from Marquette. You have a 4 to 5 year run with us. And I got to give Kevin O'Neal a lot of credit. When William Gates had no value as a basketball player, he actually quit, Smitty, before his senior year. And
that's crazy.
Kevin O'Neal said, come back, get your degree. You're good. See, this is what's now the player's just disposable because the coach says, I got to keep up with the Joneses. I give Kevin O'Neal a lot of credit because he took a guy that averaged almost no points and he said, look, I want you to have your scholarship. Get your degree. You need this. I don't think that happens anymore.
Degrees were literally when I was playing ball, like just getting that paper could just change your life. I mean, I got so many teammates that I remember when they first got to Ball State day one compared to who they were senior year walking across that stage, two completely different people. I'm gonna keep the name to myself. I have a teammate that's right now in front of my head. I remember when I first met him on my official visit and how high he was and how he was just carrying himself. And then senior year, he's dressed up, mature, and it's just a complete different person. And that's because college and football and going through the ringer, going through that process, to your point, Steve, made you a man. And it's unfortunate because today it's I think everybody is kind of have that microwave mindset, meaning that I want to make as much money as I can right now. I need to make it to the league.
Three and done.
If this coach is playing me, I'm a transfer go here. Ready? It's slow down.
Smitty, when I hear 3 and done, I go, oh God, now you can't redshirt the guy because if you do, here's what happens: the handler or the parent, they're already calling, they're shopping around. There's no chance of development. I really think Hoop Dreams. If I'm a college coach, even if it's football, I would say movie night. Everyone's coming, mandatory. We are watching Hoop Dreams.
Yeah,
I did it every week, Steve. I did it every week.
We did movie night. We did bowl. We did all type of team.
But I would show that one though.
Yeah,
I would show that one, and I turn on
Steve,
the light.
By the way, on a very
what that movie was about.
Yeah, I used to have them actually write out I had questions for them. I had questions they had to answer. If they didn't fucking pay attention, then they missed
locked in. Right.
Yeah. Then you ain't starting tomorrow. Now what? You can take it serious now? The motherfuckers will be like, oh, coach. Yeah, motherfucker, that's serious. I used to show Rebound, the Earl Manigault story, the true story, all the time. But anyway, Steve, let me ask you something. I don't know if you saw it. We had this kid's dad on, the kid that threw the Illinois hat.
I saw that. That was a very nice interview. I like that.
What'd you think about
the minds and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. Disagree.
Reasonable.
Yeah, he didn't like what I said about him. Yeah, I thought so. What's your take on the kid and what this is like an ongoing? He's not the first kid to do it. Obviously, that's an ongoing thing. What's your take on this whole throw the hat bullshit?
Trey Taylor,
yeah.
He's a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I think
his coach. I found some research. His head coach, I think, is on the far right over there. Played for the Giants or Raiders. Played in the league. McKee.
I believe quarterbacks got to do things a little bit differently. Number one, they got to, I think, commit early.
Yep.
I think number two, they have to be the leader of that recruiting class and be the ambassador. And number three, I think that hat throwing thing, that's been done for years. He won't be the first, won't be the last. As a quarterback, I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't.
Steve, I have one I have one saying with that, and I didn't tell the dad this because I knew the dad was on the show yesterday for he wanted an apology, which I wasn't going to give, and I think he missed a big point.
Because I have a question. You guys are allowed to do it. Coach is allowed to not like it.
I know, and here's the issue.
His main thing was he didn't like the words that JB used in the video. Just in all fairness,
JB didn't like his actions, so we're even.
Yeah,
he said, Mr. Taylor, I like you. You're a friendly guy. Your son can do whatever he wants. JB can feel however he wants.
That's the issue, man. I don't think they realize. Here's the thing I have, Smitty, with quarterbacks in particular, and I used to tell my guys, oh, Coach, I was late to class. There is no late to class as the quarterback. It might sound crazy and all this, but we talk about it, Smitty, all the time. You know, you don't treat every individual the same on a team, right? Every single personality is different. I treat the team the same, but individually, Raheem Boyd is much different than Malik Henry. Like, it's just a different ballgame. Now, going to quarterback, it's not in your job description to miss fucking class. It's not in your job description to throw a fucking hat and slap a university in the back of the face. Like, it just is what it is. The quarterback position's different. It's not a wide out like Malik Neighbors going out there talking about, I want the ball every time I go out there. We're not wide outs, homie. We're quarterbacks. Like, it's just a different ballgame. I don't think the dad understood that. And that's the unfortunate part.
Be the leader and the mature individual. You look at all those great Miami teams. They used to go buck wild. Used to do a Soul Train line after every touchdown. Quarterbacks never did that. We had boring white guys.
Yeah,
and the boring white guys would be right next to the coach.
It's different. Barry Sanders was the closest thing to a quarterback at the running back position. Just hand the ball to the ref. I get it. It's boring. I'm not here to I'm not the fun police. But at that position specifically, there's too much I'm the GOAT or the hero conversation. And GOAT meaning the shitbird, like I'm the bottom of the barrel, not the GOAT is the greatest all time. I mean,
if you think Troy Aikman could have acted like every Cowboy in the 90s when that stuff got
on that team, yeah.
Troy is so underrated in that respect. People do not understand his value as it related to what he meant to that locker room. He kept everybody in line. He's the one guy that Michael Irvin said, I could talk back to everybody except two people. And that was Jimmy and Troy. He said, if Troy Aikman ever looked at me a certain way, I'd be like, Troy, I'm good. Trust me. We'll calm down here. Michael Irvin had one of the greatest lines ever to his kids and his family. He said, hey, guys, I just want you to know, outside of my mom, Troy Aikman is the most respected person here. He goes, you see that swimming pool that we jump into? Troy did that. You see the nice car that I drive? Troy did that. That PlayStation you play with? Troy. Honey, those dresses and purses? Troy had a lot to do with that. We're going to respect Troy in this. It's different.
Yeah,
it's a different position.
The playmaker. He's always been big on, hey, receivers, respect your quarterback. I don't care what's going on because they determine how many balls.
He had one of the funniest lines. He says,
It is, Smitty.
Receivers. He goes, I see receivers cussing out their quarterbacks, getting in their face, doing stuff. Because let me just tell you something. You are ruining a quarterback's confidence and you're pissing him off. I remember one time he said, if Troy Aikman overthrew a ball or threw a 3-hopper at me, I'd come back to the huddle and be like, Troy, that's my fault. Yeah. I got to run that route better. Yeah. You just keep coming here.
Hey, I'm going to be honest. Listen.
It's smart. It makes sense. It's smart.
Yeah. But Smitty, a couple years ago, we came out here and I went out and I went after Stephon Diggs. And I said the difference in the whole issue with him and Josh Allen, right?
Yep.
Got traded basically for a Chico stick and string cheese to Dallas.
For a reason.
I mean, to Houston.
Yeah.
And now what is he doing now? He's playing for a string cheese and he's on a prove it deal basically in New England.
Yeah.
And we can argue and fight.
Because he got hurt though. Because he got hurt.
Yeah. But we can talk all this shit we want. But let me just throw this out there. If he were still in Buffalo, do you not think Josh Allen could have said, pay this man money to stay here and not even have to deal with all this shit? He would have got paid. Yeah. The quarterback position is a big situation we're dismissing on this thing. I'm just telling you. I'm sure if they had a better relationship and he wasn't what he was, he'd be a lot more paid right now in Buffalo to stay. I'm just telling you. But
and they need receivers. I mean, Coach, they still don't have a number one. They have an impressive roster.
And they got rid of Gabe Davis thinking they were going to get someone in the big deal out of that whole thing.
The GM was a couple weeks ago. He was on that radio show. He was like, this is a stupid. I think somebody asked him about a receiver or something like that, and he was
And
like,
the GM got pissed. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, we had like, look at our offense last year. We scored over 30 points a game. This, that, and the third. Why we need a receiver? Like, yeah, that just happened a couple weeks ago.
I'll just put it like this to paraphrase Rick Pitino. Andre Reed ain't walking through that door. Eric Moulds ain't walking through that door. Don Beebe, he ain't even walking through that door. I mean, look, you have a number. I get it. But most teams now, don't they have a number one receiver that matters, that's really good? Every good team that I think of has a good number one, or at least two number ones. Philadelphia, A.J. Brown, and
they have a tandem.
Right. So I don't know.
Not the Chiefs.
Not the Chiefs. And that's been an issue, though. But that has been an issue.
Yeah. Hey, Steve, before you get out of here, I got to ask you, Donald Trump is considering an executive order that could increase scrutiny on NIL after meeting with Nick Saban. House settlement leader Steve Berman blasts Donald Trump, Nick Saban for unneeded self-involvement. Basically.
Yeah, I don't like this. Don, I think Trump's got much more important things to take care of than this. And again, the NIL is supposed to be about commercial opportunities based on name, image, and likeness. The bigger issue is the collectives and what has now become pay for play. But I don't know if we need government intervention on this, to be honest with you.
I agree with you. I'm like, dog, we got to pick and choose our battles. We got a country that's fucking in bad turmoil. I let the NCAA fucking do its job for once. Why don't they play the government and their own governing body? Like, I don't understand what the NCAA is doing.
Oh, yeah, but, people are bringing this up. Why does Saban care about this now that everyone can pay? No, now he wants it. Okay, well, it's funny. When the money was under the table, he didn't want intervention. That's what I'm going to say.
I remember that. I remember that way, too.
Steve saying something right now.
Hey, let me get your take on this. Yesterday, Shaun Moore basically self-imposed his 2 games. What are we doing? So we get to pick when we get suspended?
Games 3 and 4, right? It was a 3 and 4?
But he apparently gets to pick it, and the university self-imposed it. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, listen, I don't know, man. This is a whole rant for me.
Why is Shaun getting all this?
That's my point.
I don't get this.
That's my point. I don't get it.
I would say having last year's offense, I'd be like, Shaun, that's punishment enough. Don't do this again, though. I don't know. I mean, but look, I look at Michigan's schedule, and you look, every team's going to try and get the most advantageous position for themselves, but I'm driving back from Vegas and I see this newsflash. Shaun Moore. I'm like, oh, did he get fired or something? And I'm like, what is this? What I would have said was, if I'm the head, I would have said, Shaun.
And they banned Harbaugh, right?
Just keep it clean and we're good. And you move on.
And they already banned Harbaugh for coming back to college. Like, come on, man. The NCAA just is a joke to me. And then the universities now have to, like, adhere to something that these cats don't even that's one thing I do agree with Trump. Saban. We should have abolished the NCAA years ago, man, because they don't do shit for the college football. They're not doing anything for the big Power 5 organization or the now Group of 4 or whatever. They're not doing anything for the big conferences. They don't do shit. They don't pay the kids. Now they're trying to come up with the universities to be able to pay the players now directly. Like, again, wiping their hands clean of doing anything when it comes to paying, and we still don't want to actually address it. Like, it's crazy. The NCAA's done nothing but suspend you, judge, jury, and executioner. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. It's sad, but it is what it is, Steve. I don't get it, but we'll see. Steve, you're on Whitlock later?
Not today. I got to work on my in-away column for Snack. Gonna wrap that up, talk about the one bright spot, and then we're actually gonna film this week's 3 knockdown rule later today. So that's the itinerary.
Got you.
Good.
See you Thursday. It's gonna be hot this weekend, Steve. I don't know, man.
We're
gonna be on the boat this weekend. Screw that. I gotta get Steve out there, man. Steve, and you know Bailey. Bailey's this like workout trainer guy, and I sent you and Bailey that protein from maggots. What do you think about that?
Well, only thing I can really say about that is the only protein I use is snack.com.
Smitty, who do you use?
Promo code K9Kim for 25% off Snack.
Look what we now use.
Well, I do respect that and shout out to Snack, but the only protein that this show eats is called McCaffrey's. Shout out to Ed McCaffrey's protein.
Hey, easy Ed. Easy Ed,
Bud
one of the
Brownie.
most fast white guys I've ever seen.
Got the whole McCaffrey family on the back. Christian, Luke, Ed, and the rest of the crew.
It looks like something right out of Young Guns, like a Western movie on the back of that.
Yeah.
Steve, we'll see you Thursday. Appreciate you.
Guys, later.
Enjoy. Peace. Steve Kim, everybody.
Clap it up for Steve. Bailey, the more I eat these, I actually like them like more too. I know you asked me the other day.
Me too.
Like they're good. Like
me too.
Work out, throw them in, get you a little, you know what I mean, little drink.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I just eat them though.
It's a cool. Me too. I'm just eating them. Right? It's a cool little snack.
I just eat them like M&Ms.
Me too. It's cool that way. It's cool that way.
I ate them with popcorn last night.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate, popcorn, and red vines in your mouth at one time. Best combination you could ever do.
For real?
So here's my combo. You throw in 2 Milk Duds.
Okay.
Because, Milk Duds are like, takes a while. Takes a while. Chew them.
Yep.
Popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And then a red vine.
Damn. What it tastes like, homie?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It don't
better
taste like it don't taste like Badussi. I'll tell you that.
Is it better than
Yeah.
All right.
Are you a popcorn guy?
Fresh, hot popcorn, a lot of butter. Yes.
I have it in the theater. I do.
I need it like hot though.
Yeah, so it comes right. It's fresh. It's a real maker. I got a real thing.
You got movie theater, Miss Fan.
Stop bringing that up, homie. That's
Poker lounge. You got a full bar. You got a Picasso on the wall.
3 bars.
You got the
3 bars.
You got the you got 20 TVs. Yeah, you got 2 bars. My fault. 7 grills.
3 bars.
Whole par 3 on the side of your house. You got a full court basketball court. You got 3 cars now? I think you sold 1, had 4. You got a damn custom garage. You got cameras everywhere. You can't even break in. You got a yard.
Why would you bring up breaking in?
You live in I'm saying people can't even break in if they want to. You always say that you have a dream. You want somebody to try you so you could use that. And it's just crazy, bro. Like you have a lifestyle that motivates me, homie. Like what you're doing right now is the goal. If I was you, I'd be cool.
Took a lot to get here though.
Not really. You coached a couple years, had a few bad seasons, a couple good seasons, went to jail, came out, lived homes for a little while, got back. Baby mama drama real quick, got back. You cool. Like it wasn't that,
So it's just regular.
It's regular black people shit. Yeah, like that's just regular shit to you. Like to you it's a lot because you know what I mean? But your story is like a regular story in the hood.
Gee Whizzle, that's not true at all, by the way. I smoked some beef back ribs on Saturday. Unbelievable ribs. God damn, beef back though. Beef back. Costco has the best beef back ribs you can get because they're individually cut up, so there's not a lot of fat. Because beef back ribs gives you a lot of fat. It's hard to smoke a beef back and not have a lot of fat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I know how to get the best beef back ribs now. I know what I'm looking for over time. So unbelievable.
What's each like? What I guess? Why do you have so many different types of grills? I'm a guy I'm a novice. I'm not like a griller yet because I've never had like a house, so I never had the yard and once I get a house and stuff like that, I do want to get really really good at grilling. Something as a man you just like to do. But why do you have so many different styles? Is it just because they all give you a different type of flavor when you're cooking like certain dishes or what?
Yeah, different flavors, textures, different deals. I got 3 different smokers, 2 different grills, barbecue, and then I got 2 different flat grills.
Okay.
And then I'm in the process of actually making me like what the Usos use on the rock on the island. I'm making me a sunken 6-foot hole in the ground with a top, with a metal top. Yeah. And
that's
I'm gonna
hard.
Put full pigs in there.
Spin it.
Wet leaf, homie. Take the wet leaf,
homie.
Take a moist. You moisten the leaf. You throw the leaves in there. You get the smoke going, right? Then you throw big lump coal in there, and then you got to do it. It's about 3 hours just to light it.
What?
Yeah, 3 hours to get it to temp, and then you throw it in there. Then you get the meat, whatever you got after you season all that into. Then you drop that bitch in the hole. You lower it in there. Yeah, the emu.
How did you learn how to, I guess, grill on all these different Like it's just trial and error, like just fuck up, and then get it right.
Never read a cookbook in my entire life. That's on my daughter and my daddy.
Really? Damn.
Never. And I don't use measuring cups either.
Stuff though. I hate wasting food, and I know you.
I never used a measuring cup. Never.
Well, yeah, I get that. We don't do that.
Never use a measuring cup. Yeah, never.
You do use the little temperature thing, don't you? Though you put in the middle of your meat.
On certain smokes, like just to see where I'm at, not really like, you know what I mean? I don't want to like, especially if I have it wrapped at the end.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to open the wrap up and find out it's rare or overcooked. So you got to use a temp to make sure that the temp for that particular thing. Because pork's different temp than chicken. Chicken's different temp than beef. Beef different temp than turkey. I don't
know all that stuff, bro. Damn.
You're not gonna
make a cookbook, homie?
I want to slapstick cookbook. A lot of people are asking.
I would actually buy it and like study it and use it. Because I'm a guy, I come from a player mindset, right? So everything in my life is like a player mindset. Not everything, but a lot of it. So you tell me the game plan and I will execute it to a high level. It's not saying that I can't lead and can't coach. I can't, because I have that capability as well. But my natural instinct is what's up, coach? What's the game plan? What's the assignment? Okay, bet. I got you. And I'm going to execute it to a high level.
I think I could really do a major cookbook too. I just don't know.
I think you could.
I just don't know how hard that is because you got to put each recipe in and all that stuff. Hey Doc, I invite Smitty over all the time, but he don't want to come. It's white people shit. He don't want to come over.
Start taking notes for your cook, like this every day when you cook.
Doc, he won't even come to the yacht, Doc.
Just start taking notes every day when you cook, and then from there, homie, the audio book is what's gonna do it.
That's what I want to do. I got to do the audio book.
Imagine you like cussing and like, nah, motherfucker, add more salt.
I got to do an audio book on my own book.
Yeah, it's too late for that now, though.
No, it's not too. Never too late for the audio.
Is it still selling?
Oh hell yeah! I just got I just got royalties the other day.
How much? Approximately. Approximately.
Okay, well,
what's the process of writing the book? So like. Because like you didn't actually like write it, right? Like you sat down with somebody and shared your story and they wrote it for you, right?
No, I wrote it verbatim myself. Everything. The publishing house was like what's the word you use? Flabbergasted.
Damn.
They were like, no way, this guy that
you sound like Trump right now.
They're like, this guy that's not an author.
Never seen a book like this ever before.
And you know, the cool part is I wrote that best-selling book right there. I wrote it in literally a month on Microsoft Word.
What made you like?
Now they edit it and make sure grammatically everything's correct, and they insert the pictures. Mm-hmm. But I gave them where I wanted the pictures per chapter. You know what I'm saying?
What made you like tap into that space? Like, did your agent say write a book, or were you just like, fuck?
Nah, yeah, I wasn't gonna write a book. Everyone hit me up, was like, man, this strike hot. It's the time to go write a book. Boom, 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 boom. And it was crazy when it first came out, and it was in Barnes and Nobles and Amazon and everything. In the genre, right? Football bio genre.
Yep.
It was the number one seller. Number 2 was Tom Brady, and number 3 was Tony Dungy. Crazy.
How'd that feel? Like, be real.
For that era, for that time, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but be real. Like, how'd that feel, though? Like, being from Compton, growing up the way you grew up. First of all, just writing a book from the hood is some shit that we just don't do. Let's be real.
Well,
now that you write a book, the success of it, like, it had to feel
it was crazy. It was a crazy time because I had the book that I did. Then I was launching my whiskey at the same time, and I had to make that whiskey, and we did it 20 times until I liked it because I was like, I don't want just no regular ass whiskey. If it ain't different, I don't want to put my name on it. And I was doing a cigar. So I did all 3 at the same time. So it was rough. So it just, I don't know. I approached it like coaching. Like it's supposed to happen. Supposed to win.
Well, JB, you my OG, so I'm going to be going to you for like a lot of knowledge, bro. Because, you know, I might want to write a book one day. I'm going to buy a house one day. I'm going to do a lot of shit that you already done since you're older than me. So I'm going to be coming to you. So, you know, don't be mad when I'm like blowing you up, calling you. It's kind of like when Kobe would hit up Jordan all the time. So I'm going to just be hitting you up for a lot of stuff. So just be ready for that.
If I'm here, if I don't win anything,
I mean, you probably got about 20 more years about at least being alive at least. And then so in the next 20 years, I'm going to call you. And then like from there, you know.
But if I win this other thing, oh, shit, you might not see me anymore. Let's dive into
you still answer the phone, homie.
Huh?
You still answer the phone.
I'm not changing the number.
All right, let me take a look at this rundown real quick for Betty cuss me out because you know what time it is, baby. Before we go to commercial break, it's time for the best segment of the day, Hockey Breakdown with Big Smitty. Now, listen, I don't know if y'all guys was locked in or not, but if you're not, don't worry about it. I got you covered. Goaltender, man, Anthony Stolarz, man, my guy, exited midway through the second period in game 1 of the Toronto Maple Leafs second round Stanley Cup playoff series. We know they're playing against the Florida Panthers, man. That started on Monday. But he took an elbow to the head. Blow, blow, UFC style, man, from Fort Sound Bennett, man. These guys out there scrapping. Toronto ended up getting the W, man. They won that, I think 5-4 was the score to take the 1-0 league in the best of 7 Eastern Conference Series. The crazy thing is, though, and why the controversy was going on, JB, is there was no penalty called on that play that injured Stolarz. And we know, I mean, this guy's a vet, and him leaving, like, the game just changed the whole momentum of that game, man. And the veteran initially tried to stay around the net for a couple minutes, but, you know, he appeared to, you know, he was like, throwing up, vomiting, whatever, on the Maple Leafs bench. And they say, hey, yeah, we got to remove you from the game, takes it to the back, probably concussed. We don't usually, when you're concussed really bad, throwing up is something that ends up happening. He was replaced by backup Joseph Wall, who, you know, who finished the win. But, man, meanwhile, man, Stolarz left Scotiabank Arena, man, on a stretcher. On a stretcher, JB. In the third period, man, was taken to a local hospital, so T's and P's up for him. But, man, long story short, crazy game 1 battle. This is going to go down to the wire. And, man, I couldn't be more excited.
Really?
Yeah.
You couldn't be more excited.
I couldn't be.
For hockey.
Yeah, this is huge, man. You keep saying American sports has died, and I don't know if you consider hockey a Canadian sport or whatever, but, hey, it's at a high level still. These guys are still playing physical. They want it. It's not about the money. They want to be the best, and we're seeing, like, some great play. Some of the greatest play we've seen in quite some time in the sport. So
this game's on today. Second round, Smitty. It is what it is. The Doyers are unbelievable. They won again last night against the Marlins. Ohtani hit a home run like
they're on a streak right now. They won like what, 9 of the last 10?
Something like that. Yeah, I told you they're gonna get these streaks, dog. The Knicks winning. A lot of 1 seeds is struggling.
I love it.
Here's the issue I have though. I don't know if you saw this idiot fall from 21 floors up in Pittsburgh Pirates game.
Oh,
I guess he had his first. He started to walk again after being put in the hospital, critical condition. Did you see him fall?
I don't want to see it.
But did you see it over the weekend? That motherfucker fell from the 20. I guess they said it equal to 21 stories or whatever. Or I don't know what it was, man. But he was like way up there. Now they're investigating the fucking the guardrails.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker fell off, homie.
Ooh, geez, I'm getting chills.
And landed on the ground. Like, they don't know if he jumped, fell.
You think it's funny?
No, I think he's an idiot.
Man.
Well, sometimes you do self-imposed dumb shit, right? You do know that.
Yeah, I do know that. And speaking of dumb and speaking of funny, Saturday Night Live actually took a shot at Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson.
Really?
Yeah, check this out, bro. You got to check this out.
Order will make it socially acceptable for a man in his 70s to date a 24-year-old.
That's right. We're calling it the Belichick Law. We're going to make girlfriends young again, okay? Old men can now date far younger women. We like that. It's hot. But in reverse, it's quite disgusting, right? Very Dateline, you know? Did you see Belichick's girlfriend? She's pretty hot, right?
Yes, she is a beautiful creature.
God, you're creepy. This is why we don't hang out outside of work.
Understood, sir. Next is a pardon for author J.K. Rowling.
Jackie Rowling. We love Jackie. You know, she created a whole wizarding world, a wonderful place for overweight millennials to stake their entire identity well past the point of it being cute. I'm a Hufflepuff. No, bitch, you work at Staples. I'm rolling. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
Right, sir. You asked Marco Rubio to join you for this next one?
Yeah, where's Marco? Get him out here. Come on in, little Marco. You're going to love this. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Yes, this order, I believe, forbids all Hispanic babies from getting their ears pierced. I believe this was Marco's idea.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
What's going on in the world, man?
That's why it's just laughable. I mean, like the fact that we even.
I'm glad Saturday Night Live's doing real fun shit again. They're not just fucking adhering to the.
They've been funny. They've been funny.
No.
Yes, they had. I hate JB, man. You're such an over exaggerated with everything. You'll see like a couple skits that you don't like or something.
Nah.
With you.
I haven't watched it in
say,
years.
oh, they continue to be funny, homie.
Hey, shout out to California. Some breaking news. California yesterday. Shout out to Bailey for running Sean Salisbury's show yesterday, Unpaved.
Hey, Unpaved.
We've had a Democratic sheriff in LA for 44 years. He was a Democrat. He switched over to being a Republican yesterday. California, man, is starting to turn red. A lot of you don't want to hear it, don't want to see it, but we got a lot of problems in California. And even Governor Newsom, who I've called a demonic human being, even came out and blasted his own party and said the Democrats are so far left that we got our ass whipped in the election and still don't understand it. Has to be eye-opening. He said it to the Democrats himself as a Democrat. Yeah, wonder what's going on. Stephen A.
the real one. You could call him a demon and devil. I don't know if that's true. Call people devils and demons ain't always. That's not fair. It's all about money. Out there like that. Unless you got, so he kept it real. He kept it real.
It's all about money.
He kept it real, homie. Shout out to him. Shout out to our governor, keeping it real.
We got a fan favorite. Apparently did another thing.
What's going on? This is okay.
Weird
from
shit.
the Met Gala. Why my face like that, homie?
Who's
I
that?
look suspicious.
Who's that though with that tight ass suit on and with
That's
that?
you with Ash. I'm with those tight ass pants. I look swole as hell in my shit though. What's in that bag I'm holding though? Like some deodorant and shit, like that.
They look like chopped up bodies.
Some like wash rags. Look at my face, homie. Like I'm really with the shit. Which
is that you?
Yeah, it's me. That's you on the left, looking like kind of hay made.
I look like I look like the borders are, homie.
Who's that?
Homie, no, you know it is.
Now, you are clean though with Ash.
Nah, I don't like that suit.
But you could tell me like I'm the.
I would never wear them shoes. I would never wear them shoes. Number one, and I would never wear like high water pants. Like I'm not.
I look a little slow though, like having that helmet on though.
Yeah, you look a little slow. My ankles are never gonna show, or you're never gonna see like my socks that tight when my.
That's the look though, having the ankle show. Your feet always out anyway. Sticky ass feet. You might as well have your ankle showing.
No.
White people feet stink too. I was gonna let me see. We got our special guest coming on at 30.
Wait, is that you at the piano?
Oh, I didn't even see that on my back. Oh shoot, I did not see that. I swear I didn't. That's hilarious. I don't know how I didn't peep that. I swear to God, I ain't see it on my back.
Who's that behind you, way back there?
Oh no, you gotta zoom in.
That FA?
Nah, all black people don't look alike. The piano, I ain't see the piano.
Who's the broad on the left?
Kevin the Trucker, a bad boy.
Who's the broad on the left?
That's a broad. That's Leo on the left, and then that's that's D Jones on the far right to the back.
That's who on the left?
I said it's some lady on the left. I can't really tell you her arms covering her
face.
face.
Some lady. You said a name.
I said some lady is on the left because your elbows covering her face. Yeah, it's D Jones on the far right in the back. And I don't know who's in the middle, like a DJ or something like that. That's crazy. I mean,
hey, Joker was at a bar last night right after the game.
Is that actually from last night though? You gotta be careful with social media. That might be an old clip.
Well, he had the elbow wrap on from after the game.
That might have resurfaced on me from an old clip.
I don't know. It looked like a hotel.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe at the hotel, like going back checking his room.
Yeah, he got a drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's real. I think it's
Joker
real.
can do what he want to do, homie. He the Joker, best player in the world.
So he's MVP.
He's the best player in the world.
So that doesn't necessarily mean you get the MVP.
Not necessarily. I mean, Jordan only got six MVPs, I think. He didn't win 15 MVPs. Kobe didn't win 20 MVPs.
Can Denver win the series? If Denver would pull this series off, are they favorites? You got the best player.
It depends how we got to see tonight, homie. I got to see how this Timberwolves team is scary. Anthony Edwards is my favorite player in the world, and the way they play is physical. They're aggressive. Julius Randle, they got dogs on that team, homie. So I'm curious to see how they play. Also, how the Warriors play, because the Warriors was up and down last year. When the Warriors is like all together, they look fucking amazing. But it's too many ebbs and flows. So
I don't know. I have a funny feeling if I ask you this question, you're going to put him in there, and there's no way I can put him in there. Not right now. But I know it's funny how we live in the moment and we forget about everyone else that's ever played. We love doing that. We love doing that with social media and cell phones. We love doing it, especially the young generation who've never got to see anyone prior to this generation. What?
Ask me the question, bro.
But Joker's not a top 5 center all time. Stop. And we got to stop. We got to stop already.
I mean, even Shaq said he was, actually.
No, he didn't. He ended up saying he was top 10 because he said he misspoke because Barkley checked him.
Yeah, he's top 10 for easy, though.
Not easy.
Easy top 10.
He's not. But at least.
Easy, homie.
Well, I'm glad you're at least saying he's not top 5 yet.
Yeah, because 5, no order. Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Wilt.
There's a lot, Smitty. You haven't even mentioned half of them. I'm being honest.
No, okay. I'm saying who would you ask right now?
Hakeem.
I said that. I said Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain.
There's a lot, Smitty.
Okay, give me one more.
Willis Reed, Patrick Ewing, fucking.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Bill Russell.
Neither one of them are better than the Joker.
Bill Russell, Smitty, you can't say that.
Right. So, all right, cool. I was assuming you was gonna say Bill.
I don't even know if David Robinson. If you can't even argue David Robinson,
I'll say Bill Russell out of respect, and I'm gonna keep it at that. Out of respect.
Moses Malone. Moses Malone comes to mind. There's a lot of centers.
Moses not better than the Joker.
Is Joker?
He's not. I'm gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask you. So we have this generation. I believe that we talk about skill set, and centers didn't shoot threes. So, like, the game is totally different. Like, this is like you almost.
It's not the Joker's fault, though.
No, I'm just saying you almost have to classify this generation by position in a different numbering system. Like,
I hear you. You know what?
I don't know if Joker and Nowitzki aren't in the same category now. Like forwards, scoring forwards.
No,
like. Because you can't, he don't play his back to the basket.
Yeah, he do.
No,
that's what makes the Joker different because Joker is
the
perfect hybrid. Joker is fucking physical, homie. Like he not when he's soft, like he gets in the paint, bodies you, jump hook left shoulder, jump hook right shoulder.
Guess who he does it on? Guess who he does it on?
Three. Then he got the dribble. Then he got the no look pass. Then he got.
Guess who he does it on?
He does everything.
Hey Max, who was he backing down last night? Can someone let me know? Caruso, homie. Stop. Y'all just don't know basketball, but always talking about me. This motherfucker backed down Caruso last night 7 times, homie. You know why? Because the switches in the NBA now, because of the perimeter savvy game that we play, has allowed this motherfucker to back down Caruso. And y'all talking about how he's physical. Homie, back down Shaq, homie. Come on.
First of all, it wasn't always go Caruso, number one. Number 2, fuck this series. Last series, he had a real center fucking Garner from the Clippers. What's my man name? One of the better big men in the game right now? Who the Lakers had when he was a rookie, drafted him and traded him over to the Clippers. What's his name? Say his name, somebody in the chat. Say his name. Say his name. Hurry up. The Clippers center, chat. Come on, chat.
I don't know.
Y'all know everything.
Joker's not way better than Ewing.
Zubac. And he was doing the same shit.
Zubac.
So no matter who was guarding him, it don't matter if it's a big or small, this guy is physical. He's a guy. So I'm saying Don't compare. He ain't no fucking. He ain't one of these this stretch four shooting threes all day. No, we're not saying that's not what he is. He's getting most of his buckets in the paint, but he also gets shoot the three at the top of the key. He's clutch. He's a champion. He's a multiple time MVP. He's one of the best passers in the game. He's a great rebounder. The man had 40-some and 20-some last night with over 6 dimes. He does it all the time. We're taking it for granted his greatness, homie. So when you start saying certain names, I understand the nostalgia, and I understand we love watching Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing ain't better than Jokić, bro. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. JB, it's okay to say that. I know that's your era. He's just not. It's okay. It's all right. He's still a great. He just ain't better than the Joker. There's nothing you can say Patrick Ewing is. Maybe on defense, I'll give you that. Maybe defense, you can say he's a better defensive player. Maybe. Other than that, there's nothing else you can say. Patrick Ewing never got a ring, so you can't say he's a champion. Never got a ring. Not a better scorer. Not a better passer. Not a better nothing else. There's nothing else. He's not a better winner. He's not that. The Knicks didn't win. I
stopped arguing with people that never got to really watch them, so it doesn't even make sense. It's not even an argument that I want to have.
The young dummy on the show then and tell me why Patrick Ewing is better than Joker.
It's not even worth it.
Like your head is shaking right there.
It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it.
It's like your head is doing this.
Educate me on this real quick before we go commercial.
Sharp at the gas station, man. Hey, man, I appreciate the interviews, man. You a cold dude, man. You know, hey, I know what Skip did to you, man. Skip, you need to chill out, man. Yeah, y'all keep following my man, Club Shake Shake. Yeah, NFL legend.
Is that Shannon Sharp, homie?
Homie, that's Caden Sharp.
Who?
That's
fucked up, homie. Just to do that right to somebody like in their face.
Still Sharp. That's BPS though. This is BPS to a team.
By the way, the car though just tells you it's not Shannon Sharp.
The fact that he's pumping his own gas, let's know it's not Shannon Sharp. he's at a gas station, homie.
Hey, before we take our last break, you messed up because we got a legend in the house.
Let's do it. Go ahead, intro him the right way then.
Hey, we got a legend. We can't thank enough, man.
Break after this before we end the show.
University of Washington legend, NFL legend. Can't thank him enough for popping in here, man. One of the greatest football teams I ever got to watch, the University of Washington. Our main man, Lincoln Kennedy, joins the show. Appreciate it. Lincoln, what up, brother?
What's up, JB? What's up, man? How you guys doing, man?
Man, we're good, man. How you been, man?
You know what? Let me try to center up my camera. There we go. Better. I'm good, man. I'm living the dream. I can't complain. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're good, man. We can't complain either, brother. Can't complain, man. I got to ask you right out the gate, man. You one of the teams I watched growing up. Let me ask you something. Was that Edmond team inside with Edmond and all those guys you got drafted that year? I believe I got a stat line. You got yourself, Dana Hall, Ed Cunningham, Aaron Pierce, Orlando McKay. You had 11 drafted.
Right.
Donald Jones. Is that one of the best college lineups of all time, roster-wise?
Looking back is always hindsight, as they say, is always 20/20, guys. And I think that, when we were in the midst of it, the chasing that dream back at UW, we were reacting from off the year before. We lost to UCLA at home. We lost our number one ranking. The potential for number one ranking. And that's what ended up Colorado and I think Virginia shared the national championship. So we were on a drive the following year to make amends and show what we were worth. I mean, we felt that we were tremendously unrespected. And that little spot in the Pacific Northwest, didn't get a lot of coverage from TV and stuff like that. So to answer your question in a long about way, we were good. In my estimation, I don't know if we knew how good we were, if that makes sense. We just wanted to go out and beat people up, and we did it with a tenacious defense and an effective offense, and we could score on anybody and we could stop anybody, and that just made us champions.
No doubt. You and Miami shared that. I think the year before was Georgia Tech, Colorado.
Oh, Georgia. Okay, I can't remember who shared with Colorado.
I think that was when that's when it started, huh? The shared title thing kind of started. Yeah.
Kind of went, and that trickled into the BCS and eventually evolved to what we see today. So it is what it is. It's an after effect. But look, I know we go back then, and people have talked about that. Would you have played that Miami team? And I would have said, hell yeah, I would have loved to play that damn Miami team. We'd love to play anybody. We play anywhere in any kind of conditions. We would have taken them on.
Hell yeah. Let me ask you something. Let everybody know what do you got going now? What's going on? What you got in the fire right now?
Currently I'm the color commentator for the Raiders radio network, so I do all the Raiders games. I also do some spot games on Pac-12. Pac-12 is defunct. Big Ten network, Big Ten network, and do a little bit of college football. I'm an entrepreneur and I own a couple restaurants. I'm still trying to get my cigar line back up, so working on a few things. But just being a single father, I got one more in high school. Sophomore in high school, and then when he's done, hey, life goes on. So it is what it is. Just trying to do the best I can.
I'm redoing my cigars too, man. I know Trap, Travis and stuff. I know we had that group. You had that group text for a while. You were in all the cigar stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have Trap on, man. Trap and we had our Lindell White on last week, and and Lindell was talking about his SC team versus the Miami team, and then. Right. Trap got involved on Instagram, was like, and even though he played at Florida State, was like, man, we play that team and boo. Yeah. And he was like, I'll take Miami all day. So they've been arguing and shit on Instagram. So it's been funny. But yeah, I love the sticks, man. I remember you had yours. What are you doing with that now? You trying to get it back in flow? Or
and since COVID has happened, the world has just been terribly disrupted. And when you come to distribution and everything else, so
that's why
a little bit about my cigar. My cigar was a tri-region blend. I got my binders from Ecuador, I got my Lajero leaf from Dominican Republic, and I got my fillers from Colombia. And I put a patent on that blend. But I did, guys, I never did it for a business wise. I did it because I enjoyed cigars.
Yeah.
I created a patent because I wanted to protect my brand, and I never sold out to any of the big companies or anything like that. I kept it very boutique-ish, very low key. Didn't have a lot of cigars in brick and mortar stores. Most of it was online.
Same with me.
The way I respected true cigar connoisseurs is that if they put an order in, I had a family of Cuban-born rollers that would roll them up and we send them out. It's fresh. Long story short, it takes my tobacco anywhere from 3 to 5 years to age. And I lost two stocks full of storage in Florida with the hurricanes over the past decade, and so it kind of set me back financially. And then when COVID happened and the world shut down, it's trying to respond. So again, long story short, trying to figure out a way I can get it back up. Right now, it's just too pricey and too costly with kids in college and life moving on. You know what I mean?
Hey, we had the same story, man. Exactly what I had. Mine was all Nicaragua and triple leaf. And it was the same thing. I had to ship it from there to Florida here, and then I distributed it from here. But it's crazy, man. It's hard. It's a business, how it is.
Business. Oh yeah,
it's crazy. This Smitty, man, he works over at Fox with everybody, man. So he loves your work too. So we just wanted.
Smitty, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's great to have a legend on here. Of course, man. And I just want to dive in. It's kind of keep talking about the football side, man. The current landscape of college football, NIL, just transfer portal. What's just your overall view of where the game is today? Are you a fan of the current system? Do you wish it went back to kind of back in the days when you were playing? I guess what's your overall thoughts and view on the landscape of college football?
Well, I've always felt that college athletes should have been compensated more than a scholarship check, mainly because of the money they were bringing in. But I was never smart enough to figure out a way to do it. And so I told people in all my travels, like, look, the guys, the kids need to be compensated. They're hand over fist. They're making money for everyone else. They should be making money for themselves. So, I foresaw this kind of getting to not as out of hand as I think it is right now, but I saw it when they started with the graduate transfers. Because with the graduate transfers back in the day, it allowed kids to continue their careers long after they graduated, or long after their eligibility was up at that particular university, allowed them to continue. And so I kind of felt that you were heading for an amateur free agency, if that makes sense. That's exactly where it is right now. It is amateur free agency. And since last year's ruling, or it was maybe 2 years ago, against the junior colleges, counting against your overall eligibility, it allowed kids to stay in college much, much longer. because if they went to they started junior college, they still had their 4 years and plus of eligibility that they could sort of, manufacture and manipulate around the country. We saw more and more guys coming out of college 26, 27, 28 years old. And they're not doing a mission like the LDS or the Mormons, you know what I mean? So
Right.
guys are staying in longer, and kids are getting paid. Look, I'm all for kids getting paid, name, image, and likeness. But here's the thing. It's not consistently fair for everybody in every university. What I had to tell my son who's trying to approach the college age, there are schools that don't do NIL because they value their degree over compensating you. You have to take that into consideration. More importantly, what I try to teach my kids is you're not going to be one of those kids that bounce around from university to university chasing a check. Your ass is there to get an education. And that's all I want. I could give a damn if you play another down of sports. Your ass is to get an education because that's what I truly value, and that's what I value for you. So as long as people keep that in perspective, I don't mind these kids chasing the dream. But, and I say this with a big but, because I have a big but. Anyway, I say this because these young people need to learn about money. Their parents need to learn about money. You need to learn that you just increased your tax bracket. You got to pay, these are things that most kids, I didn't know when I was 17, 18 years old. There was nobody in my back pocket to tell me, hey, if you get this, you got to do. No, because of course it wasn't around them. But now these kids got to be aware of it. I'd go on these campuses when I'm doing college games, guys. I see these guys driving around these Rolls Royce trucks. I see, freshmen driving around, high-end cars. And it's not alumni giving them benefits. It's from NIL. And look, you enjoy what you deserve and what you've earned, and your name, image, and your likeness. You're making money off of it, but be financially smart. Don't walk out of that university or any university that you're attending without a degree, without a knowledge of how to make yourself better on that next level, because it won't last forever.
Nah, I wish more fathers would do that. That's the problem, man. We got these cats that just running rampant out here.
Jack chasing.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. It's crazy. Yeah. I got a personal question. Like you're born on the East Coast, but raised in San Diego, right here where I'm at, kind of not too far away. I know you went to Morse. Let me ask you, what's more important to you, getting inducted into the College Hall of Fame or the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame? I think you just got inducted into that, a couple years ago. Is the Rose Bowl still have the same lore as it did now with this?
To me, it does.
Playoff. Okay,
to me, it does. No. To me, it's the granddaddy of them all. I remember listening to Keith Jackson, and one of my favorite Rose Bowls is when Keith Jackson was doing our Rose Bowl game, and Dean O'Brien. Yep, exactly. And he was talking. I loved Keith Jackson's voice. May he rest in heaven, and peacefully. But it's still important to me, and the value. Some of the old traditions, if it wasn't broke, you didn't have to change it, in my opinion, guys. But it's long gone. It's the moneymaker view. Look, the NCAA eventually, in my opinion, wants to be like the NFL. They want to have an AFC and an NFC, and they want to meet in a granddaddy of them all in the big Super Bowl. So the bowls become sort of obsolete with the college football playoff. It was long overdue what we saw this past year, guys. The fact that they had more teams integrated in the college football playoff. But from this point forward, they've got to figure out a way to make it better competition, because it wasn't fun to watch. Nobody wants to watch a blowout in a playoff game. So you've got to find a way to make that better. You got to sort of piece that together. But it's sad that the old traditions like the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, all those big bowls that we used to love on New Year's Day are now kind of irrelevant.
That's sad as hell. Me and Smitty and I argue this all the time. Like, man, more doesn't obviously mean better. It's like less. Addition by subtraction is really a real thing. I want to ask you real quick. We're talking about this whole thing. Do you think that what you just said, AFC, NFC sort of model, abolishes the NCAA eventually, as far as football being actually hands-on in football? I know Nick Saban vouched for it a few years ago. I said it to Smitty a couple years ago. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they got out of there, especially now as they play judge, jury, and executioner and still haven't paid a kid yet in the history of the NCAA. Do you see that being abolished soon, as far as the football teams, these big power conferences going and being independent, as far as that's what Saban kind of said?
Well, I mean, that's certainly what you're heading for, because I think what's next is going to be unionized. There's litigation in works right now that's supposed to somewhat cap the amount of spending that universities can have on their sports program. I don't know how you enforce that. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's reported. Now, with that being said, what's next? Once the government gets involved, what's next? You're going to have the NCAA become somewhat unionized. And now you're going to have people who's going to run the union. And now you're going to have people who's arguing for the union rights collectively versus the TV rights versus the people that have exploited them in the ways that they've did for many, many years. So it to me, it seems like a big O cluster boop, you know what I mean? Heading to down the line. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how you put the top back on what's created, because we've got young men and women in college right now making 7 figures.
Yeah.
So what's the motivation, one, to go to the next level? Look forward to the next level, whether it be NBA, NFL, whatever. Look forward to the next level. And 2, how do you put a cap back on that? Because I know parents in the recruiting process right now who are literally going to universities saying, well, this university offered us $75,000. What are you doing? Give a damn about education. What are you paying me?
Hey, Lincoln, Texas.
That's what's causing the sort of downhill, effect, if you will, and the snowball effect, which is making it bigger and grander than anybody can contain or control, in my opinion.
Hey, Texas is rumored to spend $45 million this year on their roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
That was like a lot like Ohio State last year. I reported, I think it was $22 million.
Yeah,
on their national champion. But that's what you got to do.
And then they won the Natty though. So now people are like, well, it's worth it, right? It makes sense, right? It's crazy.
I had a chance to talk with a coach who was in well-named. I won't share it because it was kind of a confidential conversation. But he said, look, when it comes down to what we see today in NCAA sports, it becomes the golden rule. The people that have all the gold make all the rules. And you've got influencers that aren't necessarily attached. They might be alumni, but if they have the money to spend, they're going into the AD's departments. They're going into their offices, the regents' offices, and making demands. I don't like that coach. I want to get another coach. Well, you want my money? This is what you do. That's a bad combination.
Even when it comes to recruiting, Sark's told me stories, crazy stories. Like these cats, I got to take who?
Yeah.
Like, I got to take the play. I got to take Darnell Smith.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like it is like the Dodgers in baseball. It's like it's becoming a huge, and I don't know, Smitty, like big fish eat little fish. We talk about all the time. I don't know how many Ohio States, Oregons, and Texases are out there. I know A&M has a lot of money. I know there's some other schools out there that got money. But, that becomes I guess, whoever's able to do so. The mid-majors are gone. Look at college basketball. There's no more mid-major upsets, no more. Duke spent $22 million also on college basketball roster.
Because every year you're using the transfer portal to build your team.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going out, you're free agents as much as possible. It's for college sports, college coaches, it's become year round, because once you do your recruiting, once you do your signing transition, once you do your season, now you're back into the transfer portal. I really think they need to put a cap on the transfer portal first. They need to put a small window on the transfer portal to really make these kids think about if this is something they want to do. Because I'm seeing kids in my walks, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing kids all around like, oh man, you told me I was going to be a starter here. I'm not a starter. Well, I'm jumping ship.
There's kids who's going to 4 schools within a calendar year.
Yes.
That
to me is a shame.
Yeah. And I've said it before. It needs to go back to the rule where if you transfer, you got to sit out a year. Because that's going to make the players think do I really want to leave?
Hold them accountable.
Sit out for an entire year. It holds them accountable, because right now there's no discipline. There's nothing that can really harm them from leaving. Right. It's like, why not leave? It's like, okay, if I don't like it, leave again.
That I'm feeling sorry for the universities, but I've yet to understand how the rule affects when, you give a young man a young woman a scholarship and they leave. You don't get that scholarship back, as I was told initially. You see what I'm saying? So you're without that scholarship. So you honestly give a kid a chance at a higher education, then they jump ship, you lose that scholarship, then that chance goes. So now your roster becomes dwindled. Your scholarship opportunities become even less to give to those kids. That's how I understand it. Now I might be wrong, but that's the way I saw it. And I don't know when they could recoup that scholarship to probably try to give it to someone else, or do they even bother?
And to that same point, the NIL money too. I mean, I don't know the process as far as when are these kids getting paid? Like, are they getting paid like a signing bonus? Like,
right.
You pay me $2 million to even walk into the door? Because if that's the case, if that same kid transfers, is that money going back to the collective, or that kid just keeps hopping around just gathering money at every school that they stop by? Like, it's just the whole system is this. It's messy right now, to say the least.
No doubt. Hey, let me ask you something. Did Zach go to SC with Sark? Because did you guys have a relationship with Sark when he was at UW?
Yeah, I had a relationship with Sark when he was at UW, and Zach was there but he initially went there when Lane Kiffin was a coach.
Yeah.
And I remember telling Zach when he was recruited, we were talking about Washington and other schools, and I gave him my insight, and I told him straight up, I was like, look, I love you to death. SC is a fine school, and you will do well there. But I just know Lane's not going to be there that long. It's the world of college sports as I saw it. Even then, it was tumultuous, but I just knew that it was not going to last. So I was happy for Sark when he left Washington. I knew it was a job that he had to take. I talked to Sark about it. I'm sad to see the way he did, but I'm so glad to see Sark rebound the way he has at Texas. He's a great guy, cleaned up himself, cleaned up his life, and he makes the greatest impressions upon young men. So I'm very proud of Sark.
No doubt. Yeah, I spent a lot of time up at UW with him, man. That school, that situation football-wise is one of the most unique.
It is.
Like, him and all the staff would come off the boat from their house in Bell. They come down the lake and pull right up to the coach's office on the boat. And I'm like, what? You would leave this shit? You want to leave this? Like, hell, that's the most beautiful campus, man, I've ever, like, in the country, in my opinion. It's just crazy.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Smitty.
Let's talk some Raiders, man.
Yeah.
NFL draft just ended not too long ago. Raiders, picked up, a Genty, amongst some others. I guess, how do you feel preseason wise? The addition of Pete Carroll, you got Genty, they're making some big changes. Do you feel like the Raiders is trending upwards right now?
Well, first of all, let me just preface this comment by saying I don't put much credence in the rookies. You got to show improvement. This is a different level. This isn't college. I don't care what you did in college. This is a different level. And this is a grown man's game. So you got to show me that you're prepared to compete on this level. And it's not just about starting off strong. It's about completing a whole season. It's like I told my son, Zach, when he went in the league. It's not about getting to the league. It's about understanding the business well enough to know how you stay there. So with that being said, I'll say this. I thought the Raiders did a great job with the draft picks they had and acquired via trades because they addressed the needs of the teams. Now, how does that translate into it? I don't know. It's a wait and see project because here you are coming in with a new coach, Pete Carroll, a new system, Chuck Kelly, and new players at the key spot, most notably quarterback, Geno Smith. And you add Genty and you add to the full running back room. But I know because of Genty's size, it's probably going to be full running back by committee, which is prevalent in the league today. There's very few guys that carry the load. And I kind of equated back to my history playing with Napoleon Kaufman. I played with him at Washington. He also joined me. I joined him in Oakland when I got traded over. And Napoleon was a smaller guy, young man too at the time. And more importantly, Napoleon 1 year he was thick. He was thick.
I played him in high school. I had to play him in high school.
But here's the thing. Joe Bugles last year as a head coach, and may Joe rest in heaven, was a great coach. He gave the ball to Napoleon over 300 times. And I remember having conversations with Napoleon. Dude, why are they running it? Because you are their weapon. I'm going to do my best as offensive lineman to open up holes for you, but I can't guard you from every hit. You're going to get hit. So, and it wore him down quickly. So I say that to say this. Genty's a little small guy, not a big guy, but he's thick. He can take a pounding, and I think he'll be good. He'll be electrifying to watch. I'm excited. But right now, the Raiders at the bottom of their division looking up. You got Kansas City, who's been playing in multiple Super Bowls. You've got the rise of Denver seems better now that they've got their quarterback in their situation. You know what the Chargers are doing with Harbaugh. They're consistent. So while the Raiders are at the bottom looking up, they've got a big uphill battle. I can't possibly, prospect or project what the Raiders are going to do until I see all these pieces come together. And it's going to be a long time because most of these teams don't play their guys in preseason. Preseason is going out the window. So you're playing your 2s and 3s. But I will say this. There is not going to be any success gained if this team doesn't find a way to solidify and clarify its offensive line. Because the offensive line makes the engine go. And this offensive line has been tattered, has been beat up, has been inconsistent over the last couple of years for the Raiders. You're not going to have a glimpse of success if you don't fix that offensive line. As far as the identity goes, it's a defensive-led team. There's no doubt about it. Max Crosby and this is a defensive-led team, but defense is only going to get you so far. Defense might be able to win some championships, but offense has got to score some points to make sure you win those football games.
No, now are you living in Vegas during the season for that or no?
No, I live in Phoenix, which is a lot like Vegas, so I like my house.
I'm always down there, man, Scottsdale. So I know Tank Johnson, former UW.
Yep, Tank, Tank.
He's down there. Erlacher, they're all down there by you. Let me ask something. Why did you end up going back to the Arena League? Did you have something to say? I want to play football again? Because obviously you were getting older at that time, right?
No doubt.
When was that? 08, 09?
Yeah, I think it was 06 or 07, one of those days, one of those years. Look, you know this, guys. If you played sports, once you no longer play in sports and you watch sports, I call it's the itch.
Yeah.
You have the itch. I can still do this. I retired because I was mentally and physically burnt out when I did in 04. After coming back from the Super Bowl in 02, we, us veterans were talking amongst ourselves, said we're going to have another chance. The season was disastrous. It was 4-12. And I knew that Bill Callahan was going to be let go. I knew I didn't want to go through another coaching change. I was just tired. Sitting on my ass for a couple of years, I got that itch. I started working out. I got my weight down. I was back in shape, and I'm looking at these guys on TV, and now I'm seeing sort of a transformation of offensive linemen, not necessarily conducive to playing well because the college situation was changing. There were more pass happy teams. There were a lot of offensive linemen in the league that couldn't block. I'm like, and then look, mind you, there's a difference between blocking and just getting in someone's way and making them go around you. So when I'm sitting there looking at them, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I can do this. So I talked to my agent, and he's like, well, look, they haven't seen you in a couple of years. The Raiders were not interested. Mike Lombardi and Al, before he passed, they said, no, we're going to go in a different direction. I had a tryout with the Cowboys and a couple other teams. But my agent was like, hey, no one's seen you in a while. You need to play some football. And I'm like, what are the other options? He's like, well, why not Arena? And at the time, I thought Arena, you had to play both ways. I'm like, I'm not playing both ways. He's like, no, they've narrowed it down. You could play specifically one way. I'm like, okay, let's give it a try. So that's how I wound up back in the league, well, in Arena playing. Had a great time with the Dallas team before I got traded over to Tampa Bay. But I learned right after that season over, I was like, oh, I'm done. There's no more football.
Hey, was James Fuller coaching in the Dallas team?
No, it was I remember James, but it wasn't. No, it was oh goodness, why am I drawing this blank?
James was my Arena League coach.
Will, what's Will's last name? I can't forget.
You went to where? You went to Tampa.
Yeah.
I was in the Arena League too. James was my coach.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I knew he was in Dallas for me before he took that expansion team Philly by Jaworski.
Right. Yeah.
And
look, to each his own. The Arena had a specific fan base. It was I appreciate the guys that these were guys that felt they should be in the NFL and worked hard, worked their butts off and stuff like that. So I commended them for that. But the conditions, I had Tim Markham and Tampa Bay guys. We used to caravan to parks to find a place to practice. You know what I mean? They had this about 40 yards of turf they would roll out in the garage, and we would practice in the garage. This were the conditions, and this totally blew my mind. I had never seen anything like this. But where you can get in, and then we're going to play a game, and we got kicked out of the stadium because we shared the arena with the Tampa Bay Lightning, the hockey team. Obviously, they take precedent. So I mean, all this stuff was going on. I'm like, what is this a league?
It's not organized at all.
What is this?
That was league wide because the same shit happened in LA and everywhere else.
Yeah.
It was. We played at West LA Junior College.
Wow.
Like that's the practice, and then we played in Staples. We played at Staples.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. Yeah. Hey, real quick, your battles in college. Your battles in college versus Edmond. How good was he?
Edmond was a beast, but we didn't see each other that often because he's on the inside. I'm an outside.
That's what I figured. I was going to ask you. I didn't think you went against him at all.
No, I went against the speedy guys, and to this day, the Jamal Fontes and Donald Jones and all those guys. Those guys are mad at me because they wouldn't look good at 1-on-1s against me. It's not happening. You're not coming.
You shadow
Not
there.
happening.
Like Smitty, before the show, Smitty was like, "Yeah, I would love to just go one time, one rep."
One
And
time,
you're 5'8", homie.
Listen, I was a deep tackle. I from the MAC, Ball State, chirp. You know, I'm 5'11 and a half in my prime, 285 solid, explosive, strong as an ox. I'm just a competitor. I would have loved to know what it would have been like to go against a guy like yourself. Win or lose, I'm a competitor.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, and I appreciate and I respect that. You know, quick story is that this past weekend I was playing in a poker tournament.
Did we lose?
There was a tall brother there, and he was like, once he found out who it was, he's like, man, I think I could take you. I said, take me where? Like, where are we going? He's like, nah, man, I can get you. Get me where? I said, oh no. I said, look, I ain't no easy win. Like, and it's like I tell my kids all the time because they want to practice play because I got 3 boys. I'm like, I ain't no easy win. I know ways of choking you before you feel it.
Hell yeah.
I would choke the life out of you before you feel. My son Zach one year.
Guys don't get it.
No, they don't get it.
These youngsters don't get it, man.
JB always goes at my height, saying I'm short. I actually like being a short D tackle.
Well,
I like going to
it aids you in your way, but trust me.
Immediately. I'm in your chest right now, Lincoln.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's what I do. Once you get up under me, you put all that weight forward. I'm gonna do what we call trap you, and I'm gonna knock down your hands and fall back and watch you fall on your face. And then I'm gonna avalanche you.
I'm already feeling the hips coming.
Okay, well then But I'm moving my feet with you, so I'm not gonna let you easily slide by me like that. Again, I'm not no easy win. I just studied this game. I know what you guys can do.
We better than I don't know.
I know the space we can do it. All right. Just letting you know.
Hey, you ever seen a pit bull in a chihuahua?
I got plenty of grass around my yard.
Pit bull in a chihuahua? I ain't either, but it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. Hey, Lincoln, man, I can't thank you enough for hopping on with us, man. Best of luck to you and the family, man. Stay safe. Hopefully we get you on again during the year. Maybe talk some Raiders, man, during the season. And much success to you. Hope you get the cigar line back, man. I'm trying to, man. We'll have to talk.
And JB, one last thing before I let you go. First of all, I'm glad to be with you both of you guys. JB, I saw that little segment you had on it was put on I think social media about the thick girl. You remember the picture of the thick girl?
Thank you.
She figured she's fat,
and your man or one of your man was like, you asked my opinion. I think she's fat, and it was. I was right there with you. I was right there with you, bro. I was like, no, that's prime, right? That's prime beef right there.
Hey, Bailey, bring your ass in, Bailey.
Yeah, bring his young ass in.
Hey,
He's young. He's 22 years
old. Lincoln, this kid is a huge fan of yours. He's from Seattle.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Played O-line.
Okay.
Yeah, he played O-line, and
he's a producer.
I'm ashamed. I was ashamed in this brother that day.
Yeah, see, they asked my opinion. I answered it, and my opinion's wrong, I guess. But
look, your opinion is your own. But I will tell you, from a man's standpoint, there are things worth watching, and there are things worth seeing. That right there was prime grade A beef right there. That's some good stuff right there.
Man.
Exactly. Look at Smitty.
No, I love it.
You need no sauce on that.
No, the finger licking good. I'm taking it. Yeah, that's that good stuff. But it's good being with you guys. Good luck for you and everything, man. JB, continued success. Smitty,
no doubt, brother. We'll have to hook up soon, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, brother.
Next time I'm in Phoenix, we'll set it up that one-on-one. Appreciate you.
Bro, there ain't nothing but air and opportunity. And I done sucked up all the air. Now you got the opportunity. Grown ass man. I'm sitting here waiting. I ain't going nowhere.
Hey, I'm gonna come out and see you, man. I'm always out there, so we'll hook up.
Look me up. You got me, brother. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be well. All right, now.
Lincoln Kennedy, fellas.
He got me fired up. I got a few plays left in me, JB. I got a few reps left now. Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Hey, his son Zach Banner was a fucking huge freak, like 6'9", 340 or something. Yeah, played at SC. His son, yeah.
JB, I wish you would have had a chance to play like DN or something at some point in your life. It's a different type of competition in the trenches. Like anybody who played D-line or O-line, I don't care if it was high school, I don't care what level. It's just a certain competition and competitive. Like it's the most masculine positions on the field, in my opinion. It's so physical. It's like mano, just shit talking, nasty dip. It's just like it's the epitome of just
I love that
football.
Like I love that part.
You was a quarterback. You was so coddled. It's crazy. Your mindset, or at least the way you try to like portray yourself and to talk yourself up to be, you have like a O-line type mentality, but I think it's all probably fake. M. Pettiford, great interview. Makes up for that low energy from that James Jones interview.
Damon Jones.
Oh, yeah, I was like, James Jones, my guy.
Yeah, the Damon Jones. Hey, Smitty. You know, I didn't want to dive into his personal business, but like, you know, I don't know if you know his story. Like, so Zach Banner, his kid, was raised as a kid by his mama's new husband. That's why he took the different name.
Oh, got you.
And so I don't know if the story is true or not. I was going to ask him, but I think the kid didn't realize that Lincoln was his dad until like he was in 8th grade.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't want to ask him. I was like, man, that's prying into personal
deep,
yeah, but I think that's the story.
Damn.
So I'll ask him I'll ask him personally. I'm sure it'd be different.
You already said it publicly now, so
yeah. But I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah. Chris said it's true. Chris knows all things SC.
Chris know like if we need to move along or on a rundown, the topic is getting dry. She know like Chris know a lot of shit.
Chris know a lot of shit. Oxymoron again.
What you mean?
Like everything you just said, homie.
I don't think that's one. Chris knows a lot of shit. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it do make sense. It do make sense, but
we got 2 minutes left. How you want to end the show?
Jay Uso said, "I need to see Chris full body."
Wow, that's aggressive. Jay Uso, why is that?
It's aggressive, Uso.
Yeah, Uso. Ain't you married with kids, Uso? What just happened? Did JB just close? Did he just disappear? Did his camera just die? I'm gonna give him 45 seconds, but y'all know how I get down. I don't work overtime. But let's figure out what's going on in this chat right now, Jay. So you want to see Chris full body? Why is that? Chris respond too. Like, is that something that you're willing to show, Jay Uso? Like what exactly are we got?
Hey, I exited myself. I don't know what I hit. I got this new mouse, homie. I just exited everything.
I'm about to leave, homie. I was like, if you don't give me 30 more seconds, I was about to close the show out. You know, I don't work overtime, homie.
Hey, anyway, good first part of the week. Tomorrow's work boot Wednesday. Shitty weather right now, but it's supposed to be unbelievable this weekend, man. I'm gonna be out. I think I might go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the mothers.
Just a reminder. Yeah.
Smitty, I don't know if you'll be able to see your mom. Unfortunately, probably not. I don't know if you're going out there or is she coming out here. But
I'll be in Indy in about a month for my sister's graduation. I'll probably miss the show 1 or 2 days. But
yeah, I'm taking my mom to eat, but it's not on Mother's Day because she don't want to do it because you know it's almost impossible to get in somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It's super packed everywhere.
So you gotta go like Saturday or like Monday.
That's the best way to do it, homie.
So I'll send her something. I'll send her something like on the
celebrate
day.
your mothers while you can, y'all, for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Me and JB will be in the Discord all day today. Just make sure everything is smooth. So
I'll be in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord the whole day. Leah, you gotta come in and do it, dude?
Hey, homie, look, just refreshing the whole time. Just
Hey, shout out to all the white moms. Shout out to all the white moms.
Yeah, there's some great white moms out there.
Shout out to all the white moms out there. Because there's like a rumor brewing around there, like social media, that I don't like white moms. So
is that true? Or
I got a white mom.
I know, but do you like her though? I know you love her. Like, do you like her?
Nah, probably not. I don't like white moms.
Oh, I know you got a whole community going at you right now. So,
what, Lucy? White moms.
Well, Chris said you already seen her in person. I ain't never seen her, so I don't know.
You seen Chris like multiple times at my house. Multiple.
Hey, y'all, probably not like button, subscribe, man. Become a member. I'm about to go over here, man.
I love other people's moms. I love other moms, nah. Anyway, we'll get into that one day. On the realest show on Planet ERF. We'll see you tomorrow for Work Boot Wednesday. Come on over to Unpaved in about an hour. And And we'll be out there on Unpaved with Shaun Salisbury and I. Unpaved on Rumble. We'll see you tomorrow on the realest show on planet Earth. Peace.
This the real JB. You better find the skin real quick.